Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet.
Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense, along with Dragnet, Mr. District Attorney, Quiet Please, and on the lighter side, Claudia. That's all coming up on this dramatic Sunday. This is the first day of a brand new month. It is March 1st, 60th day of the year, 305 days remaining in 2026. Georgiana, Massachusetts became the first incorporated city in the USA in 1642. It's no longer Georgiana. In fact, it's no longer Massachusetts. It's York, Maine now. The Salem witch trials began on this date in 1692 in Salem Village, Massachusetts. The Continental Congress adopted the Articles of Confederation on this date in 1781, and the first census authorized in 1790. Happy birthday, Ohio. You were admitted as the 17th state of the Union on this date in 1803. And in 1805, Justice Samuel Chase acquitted at the end of his impeachment trial by the Senate. A convention of delegates from 57 Texas communities convened in Washington on the Brazos, Texas, to deliberate independence from Mexico. In 1845, President John Tyler signed a bill authorizing the U.S. to annex the Republic of Texas. In 1867, Nebraska became the 37th state of the Union. Nebraska renamed Lancaster, Nebraska renamed Lincoln, and became the state capital. Yellowstone National Park established on this date in 1872 as the world's first national park. In 1873, E. Remington and Sons in Ilion, New York, started production of the first practical typewriter. Henry Comstock discovered the Comstock lode in Virginia City, Nevada, on this date in 1873. And in 1912, Albert Berry made the first parachute jump from a moving airplane. The son of famed aviator Charles Lindbergh, Charles Augustus Lindbergh III, kidnapped on this date in 1932. A ransom was paid, but the body of the baby was found 10 weeks later, just 4 miles from the home. It would be over 6 months later before the kidnapper would be captured.
Every piece of evidence available leads up the same avenue, and that avenue leads right straight to Bruno Richard Hauptmann and Hauptmann alone.
Hauptmann would be convicted of the killing and executed in April of 1936 at the age of 36. Hoover Dam completed on this date in 1936, and upon returning to Washington from Yalta, the Soviet city where he met with Winston Churchill and Joseph Stalin, President Roosevelt asked Congress on this date in 1945 to support the agreements they reached there. The three leaders had discussed their priorities in the aftermath of World War II.
Unless you are here, you here in the halls of the American Congress, concur in the general conclusions reached at a place called Yalta, the meeting will not have produced lasting results.
The results were not kind, as many historians have since charged. The Yalta summit set the stage for 4 decades of communism in Eastern Europe. In 1949, Ripley's Believe It or Not debuted on television. Joseph Stalin collapsed on this date in 1953. He had suffered a stroke. He would die 4 days later. Puerto Rican nationalists attacked the Capitol building on this date in 1954, injuring 5 representatives. A happy day in Kansas on this date in 1955 in Lawrence. Allen Fieldhouse at the University of Kansas hosted its first college basketball game. In 1961, President Kennedy established the Peace Corps.
I have today signed an executive order providing for the establishment of a Peace Corps on a temporary pilot basis. I'm also sending to Congress a message proposing authorization of a permanent Peace Corps. This Corps will be a pool of trained men and women sent overseas by the United States government or through private institutions and organizations to help foreign countries meet their urgent needs for skilled manpower.
Since its inception, more than 235,000 Americans joined the Peace Corps and served in 141 countries. In 1971, a bomb exploded in the men's room in the Capitol building. The Weather Underground claimed responsibility. 3 years later, in 1974, 7 indicted for their role in the Watergate break-in and charged with conspiracy to obstruct justice. Swatch introduced their first timepieces on this date in 1983, and in 1989, the U.S. became a member of the Berne Convention Copyright Treaty. In 2003, management of the Customs Service and the Secret Service moved to the Department of Homeland Security. It was on this date in 2003, Patrick Ewing retired from the NBA.
I really appreciate it, and thank you very much for all the support that you gave, not only me, but the rest of my teammates. I always will be a Knick, always will be a New Yorker. Thank you very much.
Ewing's jersey retired that night after nearly 2 decades with the New York Knicks. Terry Nichols convicted of state murder charges on this date in 2004 and on charges of being an accomplice to Oklahoma City bomber Timothy McVeigh. The first confirmed case of H5N1 bird flu virus in Switzerland on this date in 2006, a dead swan on Lake Geneva near the city of Geneva, Switzerland. It was on this date in 2007, Major General George Wayman, the man in charge of Walter Reed Army Medical Center since August, relieved of duty because top Army officials, quote, had lost trust and confidence in the commander's leadership, end quote. Among those who had lost trust, then Missouri Senator Claire McCaskill.
This isn't about paint on the walls. This isn't about fixing holes in the ceiling. This is about a system that is not designed to make it easy for the wounded to get what they deserve.
Pressure had been mounting for some accountability for the deplorable conditions and administrative roadblocks many of the outpatients faced at Walter Reed Medical Center. Among those passing on this date in history, actor Jackie Coogan, the very funny Joe Besser, politician, author, former Libertarian Party presidential candidate Harry Brown, journalist and publisher Andrew Breitbart, singer and producer Jewel Akins, and from One Day at a Time, Bonnie Franklin. Birthdays on this date include composer Frédéric Chopin, also band leader Glenn Miller, actor David Niven, Catholic Archbishop Terence Cardinal Cook, the Prime Minister of Israel, Nobel Peace Prize winner Yitzhak Rabin, also Holocaust survivor and actor Robert Clary from Hogan's Heroes. Yes, he was a Holocaust survivor. And yes, he starred in that World War II satire about the Nazis. Robert Clary, born on this date. Musician, actor Harry Belafonte. From the Wild Wild West, Robert Conrad. And actor and songwriter Alan Thicke. All those folks born on this date in history, they are now performing on an entirely different stage.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
From The Who, Roger Daltrey is 81 today. The A-Team's Dirk Benedict is 80. From Diamonds Are Forever and Peyton Place, Lana Wood, 79. Daisy Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard, Catherine Bach, is 72. We grew up with Ron Howard. He started out as Opie, became Richie Cunningham, and became a producer and director of renown. He's now 72 years old, and he remembers the first time he had any creative input at age 6.
And the director said, what's wrong, Ronnie? And I said, well, that's the first suggestion of mine that you've ever taken. And Andy said, it's the first one that was any damn good. Now let's do the scene.
I find it so hard to think that Andy Griffith would say, first time was any damn good. Ron Howard, 72 today. From Wings, The Sopranos, Private Practice, Timothy Daly is 70. Also Booker T, 61 years of age. And let me be honest, I've watched him since he was a wrestler. He was always entertaining. What I find amusing is that so many people don't appreciate him for what he is. He is not a great wrestling commentator, but he is not the worst wrestling commentator. And some people just, they don't get it. Booker T, 61 years old today. Zach from Saved by the Bell, and then on NYPD Blue, Mark Paul Gosselaar, 52 today. From Days of Our Lives and Supernatural, Jensen Ackles is 48. She won a Best Supporting Oscar for 12 Years a Slave. Lupita Nyong'o is 43.
500 pounds of cotton, day in, day out, more than any man here.
Lupita Nyong'o from 12 Years a Slave. She is 43 today. Retired wrestler Big E Langston, 40 years old today. Australian wrestler Tennille Dashwood, 37 today. She was Emma in the WWE. Keisha, the singer-songwriter, is 39. And Justin Bieber is 32. Those just a few of the people celebrating the first day of March as their birthday. And if this is your birthday...
Hi, we're the Four Freshmen, and we just want to say, Happy birthday to you!
Professor B's Digestive Aid offers a heritage blend of pure honey and apotheria. It supports your gut health effectively and gently. And you know, when you were going through cancer treatments, you don't need harsh treatments. You've already got enough. So when this was developed to help an individual going through gastric distress while going through cancer treatments, it proved to be a lifesaver. And you know, why eat handfuls of Tums, Rolaids? Why eat all of that stuff? Why take prescription medication when you can balance yourself naturally and gently with ancient apotheria and pure honey with Professor B's Digestive Aid? Don't take my word for it. Use my promo code Wyatt, but, you know, go to the link in the show notes. Go to the link at classicradio.stream if you're brave enough to take my word for it. It's profbees.com. That's PROFBEES.com. Profbees.com. Promo code is Wyatt. If you use that when you purchase, you will not only support the podcast, but you'll save 10%. Professor B's Digestive Aid, profbees.com. Promo code Wyatt. Your gut deserves your best help because of what it does for you. Professor B's Digestive Aid. Sherry Jackson in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense, is next.
The sound you hear is a recording of the warning siren in case of an imminent nuclear attack.
If this was an actual attack warning, would you be prepared?
Would your family be prepared?
If not, CA Survival Civil Defense approved steel and concrete basement type fallout shelter.
The shelter, along with a basic equipment kit, affords you and your family maximum protection.
Survival shelters are FHA approved.
No money down. 5 years to pay.
Horrible though it may be, this sound may someday become a reality.
Be prepared. See a survival shelter today.
The story of the survival fallout shelter link is in the show notes. Read about it. I think it makes a fascinating reading. Right now, we're going to hear from Sherry Jackson. At the time this aired, she was just 13 years old when she starred in this episode of Suspense. She had been in a number of feature films. The 1949 musical You're My Everything with Ann Baxter and Dan Daly. She was in The Lion and the Horse. And she met, in fact, she got married to Morita Jackson in a small ceremony in 1952. Well, no, she didn't. She was the flower girl in the ceremony that married Montgomery Pittman to Morita Jackson, a small ceremony. But she developed a friendship, and she was in Pittman's next film, Come Next Spring. And it rolled on. She was in the Ma and Pa Kettle films in the 50s and 60s. She was in The Breaking Point, which starred John Garfield in his next to the last film role. And she was in a lot of little movies. Her big starring role was when she played the older daughter, Terry Williams, on Make Room for Daddy, the Danny Thomas Show, from 1953 to 1958. Actually, she left after, she established a bond with Jean Hagen, who played her mom during the show, but Hagen left the series after the third year. She left the program at the end of season 6 once her 5-year contract expired. And but she did, while she was doing this series, she did this episode of Suspense. So I think she did a rather good job. Sherry Jackson, in an episode of Suspense from 71 years ago, March 1st, 1955, the story of The Screaming Woman.
And now, tonight's presentation of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense. Tonight, the story of a little girl and the terror in a vacant lot. We call it The Screaming Woman. So now, starring Sherry Jackson, here is tonight's suspense play, The Screaming Woman.
I'm Margaret Leary, and I got to tell you how it happened. It was Thanksgiving Day, and it was nice and sunshiny, almost like summer except cooler. Mama was cooking the turkey, and I was watching. And Mama said to me,
"Oh, good heavens, I forgot. Your Aunt Betty's made some cranberry relish for us. Run over and get it, Margaret, so her feelings aren't hurt. And hurry, dear, this turkey's done to a turn."
So I ran to Aunt Betty's, and on the way back I took a shortcut through Mr. Kelly's lot. It's a swell place to play Indians and cowboys, or explore, or hunting for treasure, because trucks dump all kinds of stuff there. Loads of dirt and junk, and even big things like old cars and big pipes and chunks of concrete. Well, this day, coming back from Aunt Betty's, I saw that a lot of new junk of dirt had been dumped there since Saturday. They'd even covered up a swell big concrete pipe that us kids called our fort. Covered it clear up. Well, I was looking around to see where it used to be, when all of a sudden, the sound was coming up out of the ground. A woman was buried under the junk and dirt and glass, and she was screaming all wild and horrible for someone to dig her out. I started to run. I fell down and got up and ran some more. It was an awful, awful long way to our house that day.
Margaret!
Mama!
Margaret, haven't I told you not to slam the door? Oh, is that the relish?
Listen, Mama, there's a screaming woman in the lot.
Wash your hands, Margaret.
She was screaming and screaming and screaming. Mama, listen to me. We gotta dig her out. She's buried under tons and tons of dirt.
Well, I'm sure she can wait till after dinner. Oh, honestly, next year, I swear I'm going to buy a bigger platter.
Mama, don't you believe me? You gotta believe me.
Oh, look, honey, I've got a million things to do. Oh, good gosh, look at you. How'd you get your knees so dirty?
Well, running back from the lot,
Well, never mind. Scoot and tell your dad we're about to eat. He's in the front room reading his paper.
Dad! Oh, Dad, I gotta tell you something.
You getting hungry, baby?
Dad, there's a screaming woman in the lot.
I never knew a woman who didn't.
We gotta get picks and shovels and dig her up. Dad!
Oh, I don't feel much like an archaeologist today, Margaret. Can't think of anything but food. Let's have an expedition next Sunday and dig her up.
We can't wait that long. Dad, she'll die if we don't do it now.
Calm down now.
Dad, please.
Listen, dear. After our Thanksgiving dinner, I'll come out and listen to your screaming woman. How's that?
No, now, Dad. Maybe she'll die if you don't come out now. You got to come now.
Margaret?
If you believe me, you wouldn't wait.
Margaret, listen.
You never believe me. Mama doesn't believe me. Nobody believes
Margaret,
me.
quiet down right this minute. Or I not only won't go with you, but you'll go to your room and stay, and without your Thanksgiving dinner. Now, is that clear?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Margaret, you heard Mother. Don't gobble.
But, Dad, we gotta hurry.
My dear young lady, this is Thanksgiving dinner, an occasion when we do not hurry.
Oh, please, please,
Listen,
Dad.
if you pester me any more, if you mention her again, this screaming what's-this, I won't go out with you to hear her recital at all. Now, is that understood?
Yes, sir. It's understood.
Well, now that I can be thankful for a full stomach, I guess we should consider what other things we have to be thankful for.
Well, we're all healthy.
And I'm thankful for my big daughter. Right, baby?
Yes, Dad.
And for my loving wife, who is still the most romantic woman I know.
Oh, silly.
I'm thankful I didn't marry somebody else.
You nearly married Dora Lampel. You even gave her a ring.
Oh, that never meant a thing. No, you've only had one serious competitor since we were all kids.
Oh, who?
Helen Nesbitt. Yeah, Helen was my first love. When she was about as old as Margaret, I gave her a present one Christmas, and she gave me one. I still have it.
That paperweight on your desk.
It's funny how we hang on to things that were important when we were kids.
Dad.
Now, just a little longer, Margaret.
Oh, Dad, please.
Oh, go on, dear. You'd better take her out to the lot before she collapses.
Okay, come on, Margaret. Let's hear this wailing banshee of yours. Now, just where is this screaming woman of yours? Lead me to her.
Over here, where our fort used to be.
The fort?
The big concrete pipe. It's all covered up now.
Kelly is really getting this lot filled in. All right, where's the lady?
Right about here, Dad. Listen.
Don't hear a thing, except the wind. You better button your sweater, Margaret.
Shh. Listen.
No, it's the trolley over on Aspen Street.
Hey there! Screaming woman! Hey!
I'm afraid your screaming woman's let you down.
But she was here, Dad. Right under where they've dumped all this dirt. I heard her screaming and screaming and screaming like she was underneath in the fort. Somebody's dumped tons and tons right on top of our fort.
Oh, well, that's too bad they buried your fort, dear. I saw two of Kelly's big trucks here last evening, and there was a dump truck in here this morning, too.
It isn't because they covered the fort.
Well, it must be your screaming woman doesn't like grown-ups. Only delivers her solo for kids.
Maybe she can't scream anymore.
Well, I'm going to take a nap now. Let my dinner settle.
Aren't you going to help me dig?
Don't you think this is a sort of silly game?
It's not a game.
All right. All right, dear, but don't stay too long. Mama probably would like some help with those dishes.
Dad! Oh, I know I heard her scream. I know it. Oh, darn. You are there. Hey, screaming woman! Why didn't you scream before? Why didn't you scream so Daddy could hear you? Oh, just don't scream for me. I can't help you all by myself. Dad, she's screaming again. Right after you left, she started to scream. You've got to come back.
Oh, there now, Margaret. Come here. Let me feel your head.
Please, Daddy. Please.
Oh, you've got a fever.
Please,
now, you're
Daddy.
going to lie down, young lady.
We can't leave her down there, Dad. We can't.
Come along in your room.
It's awful, Dad. It's awful for her to be screaming and screaming and nobody listening or caring.
Margaret.
She'll choke when there isn't any more air and then she'll die.
You're going to lie down the rest of the afternoon before you make yourself sick.
No, I've got to dig her up. I've got to go back.
It's all those comic books you've read, darling. Now I forbid you to leave the house. Close your eyes and take a nap like a good little girl.
What am I going to do? What am I going to
You are listening to The Screaming Woman, tonight's presentation in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense. Today begins Red Cross Month, A reminder to all Americans, whether or not you have ever benefited personally from the far-flung effective relief and rehabilitation programs of your Red Cross. Your month of March donation to the Red Cross, which you are urged to make, will keep Red Cross activities in progress. But you are urged to take a still more important step in addition. You are urged to be an active member of your local Red Cross chapter. Remember, the Red Cross is people helping people. Join and serve more effectively to benefit should the need arise. And now, we bring back to our Hollywood soundstage Sherry Jackson, starring in tonight's production of The Screaming Woman, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
After a while, I stopped crying. I had to get back to the lot where that woman was screaming, but I was locked in. So I tied a sheet to the bed and let it out the window and shinnied down to the ground. Then I ran to the garage and got shovels and ran to the empty lot. The sun was almost down and it was getting cold. I started to dig fast.
Hi, Maggie.
It was Dippy Smith. He goes to my school.
What you digging for?
For a screaming woman. She's down on the ground, and I'm going to dig her up. You can help me dig, Dippy. There's an extra shovel.
I don't hear nothing.
Well, listen. Just listen.
No, I don't hear nothing.
Well, just wait. You will. Hey, there, did you hear it?
Hey, that's okay. Do it again.
Do what again?
The scream. Do it again. Go on. I'll give you this Aggie if you teach me to do it. Hot dog! Did you get that ventriloquist book for $10 from the Magic Company? You got one of those tin things in your mouth?
I won't tell you unless you help me dig.
Okay, swell, give me the shovel.
Hot dog! And you gotta dig fast, like this.
Boy, you'd think she was right under our feet. Oh, you're wonderful, Maggie. What's the screaming woman's name? Made up a name for her yet?
Oh, sure. Her name's Shirley Miller, and she's a rich old lady, 160 years old, and she was buried by a crook named Spike. Come on, Dippy, dig!
I'm tired. I think I'll go home.
Dippy, there really is a woman buried there.
Oh, sure.
Don't you believe me? I wasn't throwing my voice. Honest, I wasn't, Dippy.
Hey, you couldn't talk and scream together. There really is a woman here.
That's what I told you.
Come on, let's dig. How's she breathing, do you think?
I think she's in the fort. Remember?
Sure, that's where she is. 5 or 6 of us kids could get in it, so it's big enough.
Hey! What do you kids think you're doing?
Oh, hello, Mr. Kelly.
I'm tired of chasing you out of this lot. If one of you get hurt, maybe your folks should sue me.
But, Mr. Kelly, there's a woman screaming.
You kids beat it, you hear?
Yes, sir. But listen, Mr. Kelly, don't you hear? There.
I don't hear anything, and neither do you. Now beat it.
Come on, Maggie.
Oh, Mr. Kelly, somebody's got to dig her up.
Don't argue with me, or I'll phone your folks. This is my property. Do I have to put up a fence? Why should I spend money to keep people off my property by putting up a fence?
Dippy, it's him. He's the one. Huh? He murdered Mrs. Kelly. He hit her on the head and stuck her in the fort and dumped loads of dirt on top. But she wasn't dead. She came to. Why, you saw him. He stood right there when she screamed and wouldn't pay any attention.
Hey, that's right. He stood right there and lied to us. What do we do, Maggie?
There's only one thing to do. We'll phone the police and tell them to come and arrest Mr. Kelly.
They sure got here fast, Maggie.
Shh. Don't make a sound. Stay down. Mr. Kelly might get desperate and shoot or something.
Oh, yes? Officer?
You, Mr. Kelly?
Yes, sir. Well, what can I do for you?
Is Mrs. Kelly at home this evening?
Why, sure.
May I see her, sir?
Why, sure. Hey, Anna! What's up?
Well, we got a call. Oh, good evening, ma'am.
What is it, officer?
Well, I'm sorry, folks. We got a call that Mrs. Kelly was buried alive in some empty lot.
What?
It sounded like some kid calling, but we had to make sure. We always check.
Oh, I can't understand.
Kids, those blasted kids! If I ever catch them, I'll break their necks.
Maggie, cheese it! Boy, if Kelly telephones my dad, I'll get a licking.
What'll we do about the screaming woman?
Oh, to heck with her. I'm not going near that lot again.
Wait a minute, Dippy. I know why he didn't hear the screams. Kelly's sort of deaf. Mama says he's hard of hearing.
Well, he heard us, didn't he? He heard the cop.
He reads people's lips, but he couldn't hear the screaming woman because he couldn't see her. Dippy, come on, we gotta go dig some more.
No, sir.
We got to.
We're in a pack of trouble because of your old darn old screaming woman. I'm not gonna get in any more trouble, no, sir. So long, Maggie.
And he went off and left me all alone. It was dark now, and Dad would be hunting for me. If he found me, I'd get a licking and be put to bed, and then nobody would help the screaming woman at all. There was only one last thing to do, to go all over the neighborhood from house to house and find out who was missing. So I rang bells and knocked, but everybody was home, and I was about to give up when I came to the Nesbitt's house. The house was quiet, like nobody was home, but I saw a dim, spooky light inside somewhere. So I just kept knocking and knocking and knocking.
What do you want?
Nothing, Mr. Nesbitt. I want to see Mrs. Nesbitt.
She's not here. She's gone to the store.
Oh, then she ought to be back pretty quick. I'll come in and wait.
Hey, wait a minute.
I'll just sit down here and wait. I sure like a rocking chair. Don't mind me. Go right ahead doing whatever you were doing, Mr. Nesbitt.
I wasn't doing anything.
Oh. It looks like you were packing or something with all those boxes and trunks around. Going away?
No. Mrs. Nesbitt's been sorting things out, getting rid of a lot of stuff.
Oh. Burning it up in the fireplace.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Dad always burns our junk out in the alley. Cloth smells awful when it burns. I think that...
Look, kid, Helen may have gone on from the store to visit a friend.
Well, if she doesn't come soon, I'll leave.
Yeah, and I'll tell her you were here. What did you want to see her about?
Oh, nothing much. Hey, that's too bad.
What?
I guess you lost the key to that box. You had to break the lock.
It was broken already. I bet your folks don't know where you are, kid.
No, sir. They think I'm in bed. What friend did Mrs. Nesbitt go visit?
I don't know. Look, kid, I ought to tell you. She won't be back tonight.
Oh?
No. She went to the store, like I said, but she was going from there over to Beechwood to visit her mother. On the bus. She'll be gone 2 or 3 days.
Oh, that's a shame.
Why?
Mama was expecting Mrs. Nesbitt to come over tomorrow, maybe to sew.
You better not tell your mother. You see, it's kind of a secret about Helen going away. She doesn't want people to know for a while.
Oh.
You know how to keep a secret, kid.
I guess so.
I'll give you something for not telling. I'll give you a reward now. Let's see here. All right. Here's something for a kid. A doll.
A doll?
Yeah. Helen was going to give it to you. I heard her say when she was sorting this stuff. I'll give this to the little Leary girl.
That's funny. Mrs. Nesbitt always calls me Margaret.
Well, sure. That's what she said. Margaret. Yeah, you see, it's quite a doll. old-fashioned. It's made of leather, and the face is china or something. You see?
Uh-huh. Thank you, Mr. Nesbit.
It's a reward for not saying anything about Helen being gone, you understand? Now, come on. I'll step on the porch light.
Mr. Nesbit, I saw your dump truck in the lot this morning.
What do you mean? Were you in the lot this morning?
No, I was home. I looked out the window. Please, Mr. Nesbit, let go of my arm.
You been playing out there today, Answer me.
Don't! That hurts. I wasn't playing. It's no fun now with the fort covered up and...
The fort? What's that?
Nothing. Nothing, Mr. Nesbit.
Tell me what you're talking about.
Nothing but that old concrete pipe.
You know something. That's why you came here. You've been snooping around that lot and you found out something.
Listen,
what do you know?
I don't know anything. Let me go. Mr. Nesbit, if you don't let me go,
Hey, come back. Come back, kid. I'll give you something else. Come back, kid. Come back.
Mr. Nesbit yelled because I kicked him and bit his hand. Then I ran, but I heard him run after me. It was dark and quiet and scary on the street, and more scary out there in the lot. I ran straight across the place where I'd heard the screaming, and it was so quiet. And all of a sudden there was a man in the lot, right in front of me.
Margaret, stop.
Oh, Dad.
Margaret, where have you been? Do you have any idea how your mama's worried? Do you know how late it is?
Daddy's after me.
We've been up and down alleys and clear down to Clark Street. I was about to call the police.
The screaming woman. It's Mrs. Nesbit who's down there.
I'm going to give you a good licking.
Mr. Nesbit killed her, and now he wants to kill me.
I've had all of this idiotic talk I can stand.
It's true. He said she's gone away, and he was burning her things. You've got to believe...
Margaret, that's enough. Now stop it right now. What have you got there? Where did you get that doll?
Mr. Nesbit...
I gave it to her, Leary. The kid stopped by the house, and I remembered Helen said she wanted to throw it away.
Helen said to throw it away?
He's lying, Dad. He gave it to me so I wouldn't tell about her. It was locked up in a box. He didn't have a key. He broke it open.
She's a high-strung kid, Leary. All the stuff she was telling me.
He's lying, Dad.
Why are you lying, Charlie?
Lying? Well, how do you get that?
Helen was going to give it to Margaret on her birthday. She told me so. It was a present I gave her a long time ago. She wouldn't have thrown it away, any more than I'd thrown away the paperweight she gave me. Why are you lying, Charlie?
I'm not. Don't look at me like that, Leary. As God is my witness.
It's her, Dad. It's the screaming woman.
As God is your witness.
No! Leary! No! No!
Margaret, run to the house. Phone the police and tell them to hurry. Tell them we've got to dig.
Hello? Hi, Dippy. Everything's fine. Everything's worked out keen. The screaming woman isn't screaming anymore. They got a lot of people down there digging her up. Hey, swell! Hot dog! And you know what else, Dippy? They uncovered our fort again. And now we'll be able to get the kids and play in it tomorrow.
Suspense, in which Sherry Jackson starred in The Screaming Woman by Ray Bradbury. Next week, the story of a man who tries to escape his past and is faced with no future. We call it Nobody Ever Quits. That's next week on Suspense. Suspense is produced and transcribed by Anthony Ellis. Adaptation was by Sylvia Richards. The music was composed by Lucien Marwick and conducted by Wilbur Hatch. Featured in the cast were Paula Winslow, John Daner, Richard Beals, Howard McNear, Joe Cranston, Herb Butterfield, and Eve McVeigh. Join the FBI in Peace and War Wednesday nights on the CBS Radio Network.
Since 1980, Sherry Jackson hasn't done much in the way of acting. Some of her last roles were in Casino, Chips, Charlie's Angels, Alice, Vegas, and Fantasy Island. But since 1980, we have no recorded television roles and no movie roles since then. She has basically flown off the landscape and basically retired. Sherry Jackson, starring with some of our favorites. Howard McNear in there as well on that one, along with John Dehner, for once not playing a heel. Suspense from March 1st, 1955, the story of the Screaming Woman. Up next, Jack Webb, Dragnet.
Will you take the step?
Hi, Dad. You want some help washing the car?
What? Well, sure. Tom, you want something?
Nothing, Pop. Mind if I put some civil defense stickers in here?
Stickers? What for?
Oh, see, Pop? Put them on the radio dial at 640 and 1240. That's Conrad.
4 wheels to survival. That's your car in a civil defense emergency. It will help you move away from danger.
If it's in good mechanical condition. Tires properly inflated, battery in tip-top shape, and your gas tank more than half full.
Mark your car radio at 640 and 1240 for official information.
Another sticker at the half-full mark will help remind you to keep plenty of gasoline in the tank.
Know the 6 steps to survival. Make this year your family's year for civil defense. You take the first step.
Civil defense, an American tradition.
Now we go back 73 years on this Sunday to March 1st, 1953. Jack Webb in Dragnet and the Big Want.
Sound off for Chesterfield. Chesterfield, first cigarette with premium quality throughout in both regular and king size, brings you Dragnet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you're about to hear is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. You're a detective sergeant. You're assigned to Bunko Fugitive Detail. You get a call from another city to pick up a burglary suspect. You know the name he's using. You know where he's living. Your job, pick him up. When you're asked to try a cigarette, you want to know, and you ought to know, what that cigarette is meant to people who smoke it and who smoke it all the time. For almost a year now, a medical specialist has given a group of Chesterfield smokers thorough examinations every 2 months. He reports no adverse effects to their noses, their throats, or sinuses from smoking Chesterfields. More and more men and women all over the country are finding out every day that Chesterfield is best for them. Enjoy your smoking. Try Chesterfields today. You'll find Chesterfield much milder, with an extraordinarily good taste.
Dragnet, the documented drama of an actual crime. For the next 30 minutes, in cooperation with the Los Angeles Police Department, you will travel step by step on the side of the law through an actual case transcribed from official police files. From beginning to end, from crime to punishment, Dragnet is the story of your police force in action.
It was Tuesday, June 4th. It was hot in Los Angeles. We were working the day watch out of Bunko Fugitive Detail. My partner is Frank Smith. The boss is Captain Steed. My name's Friday. We were on our way out from the office, and it was 9:42 a.m. when we got to the corner of Selma and Fountain, the Arizona Carlton Hotel.
Guess we check over there, huh?
Yeah, you got the mugs?
Yeah, right here.
I'm awfully sorry, Mrs. Hartfield. Yes, I know we say each room is air-conditioned. Well, yes, ma'am, but it is true. I know, ma'am, but the air conditioning is on full now. All right, ma'am. Yes, I'll send some right up. I'll be with you right away. Front. Here, boy. Get some ice water up to Mrs. Hartfield in 502 right away. Now, sorry to keep you waiting. It's all right, sir. What is it you wanted?
We're police officers, sir. Here's our identification.
There's nothing wrong, is there? Don't know what I'd do if anything else went wrong. The air conditioning unit went out this morning, making excuses. I don't know how much longer the ice water's going to hold out. What is it? What's wrong now? Do you have a Mr. George Richmond registered here?
Probably gives his home address as in the desto.
Richmond, let's see here. Wait a minute. Sir? How do I know you're what you say? Police department's always sending out circulars saying to be careful about this sort of thing. It's a respectable hotel, you know. How do I know? Well, here's our identification again, sir. I showed it to you before. Oh, Friday. How about yours?
Yeah, here you are, sir.
All right. Can't be too careful. Your own office says that, you know. Careful. Anybody can come in here with a badge. Yes, sir. Now, if you just check the register for us, please. Yeah, sure thing. Oh, yes, sir. Here he is. Richmond, George, Modesto, California. Is he here now? No, checked out day before yesterday. Oh, excuse me. Yes, sir? Registration desk. Yes, Mrs. Hartfield. Yes, ma'am, I know that's what we advertise. Well, yes, ma'am, but it's on the way up. No, ma'am, I sent the boy myself. Yes, ma'am. I'm sure he'll be there. All right, Mrs. Hartfield. Yes, ma'am. I may quit. Now, what was it you wanted with Mr. Richmond?
Well, you said that he moved out, huh?
Yes, bag and baggage day before yesterday. You leave any forwarding address? No, I talked to him when he left. Didn't say a word about where he was going. Was there anyone in the hotel he was especially friendly with? Anybody who might know where we can reach him? No, kind of kept to himself. Nice fella. Sure tipped good. Kept to himself, though.
Is there anyone around the place who might know where he was going? Bellboys, maybe the waitress in the coffee shop? Anyone?
No, I hardly think so. He didn't eat here. Don't blame him. Well, thank you very much, sir. Here's our card. If you hear anything from Mr. Richmond, we'd sure appreciate a call. You bet. I'll give you a ring.
You get any mail while he was staying here?
No, nothing. Not even a phone call. Didn't use the room for anything but to sleep. Real quiet. Good tipper, though. Did he drive a car, do you know? No, not that I know of. Say, come to think of it, you might check with Ernie.
Ernie?
Yeah, drives a cab, usually right out in front. He picked up Mr. Richmond one night. He might be able to tell you something. All right, sir. Thank you very much. If anything comes up, appreciate that call. Okay. Hope you get what you're looking for. Registration desk. Yes, Mrs. Hartfield. Let's go, Frank.
Right.
I know, ma'am, but the ice water's on the way up. I can't understand why it isn't there, but I am the manager. This fellow out there might be him.
Yes. Yeah.
Excuse me a minute.
Yeah?
Your name, Ernie?
That's right. What can I do for you?
Police officers. We'd like some information.
Well, I got a permit to park here.
No, it's not that. We'd like to know if you remember picking up a George Richmond here.
Oh. Richmond, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Richmond. Well, name doesn't make any bells ring. What's the guy look like?
You got those mug shots, Frank?
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
You a cop, too?
Yes, sir. I'm an officer.
Yeah. You kind of look like one. Is this the guy?
Yes, sir, that's him. You remember picking him up?
Yeah, seems I've seen him before. Yeah, good tipper. Yeah, I picked him up, let's see, a couple days ago. Drove him downtown. Sure, downtown.
Remember where you took him?
Gee, it was a couple days ago, like I said.
Yes, sir.
I haven't got the slightest idea.
10:07 a.m. We continued to talk to the cab driver. He was sure that he'd picked up George Richmond on Sunday night, but he was unable to tell us where he'd taken the suspect. We drove back downtown and checked with the cab company. On the driver's waybill, we found that he'd made 3 pickups that night from the hotel on Fountain Avenue. The first stop listed was a large cafeteria in downtown Los Angeles. We checked with the cashier. She was unable to identify the mugshots of Richmond. The second stop was a large apartment out on Wilshire Boulevard. We checked the manager of the place, and she told us that she didn't recognize the name. We showed her the mugshots of Richmond, and she said that she thought she'd seen the man 2 weeks before. When she asked him what he wanted, he said that he was looking for a Miss Norman. Because of the way he'd acted, the landlady hadn't told him that there was a tenant by that name living in the place. She gave us the apartment number of the Norman woman, and Frank and I went up to see her. Want to try it again? Yeah.
Who is it?
Police officers.
What?
Police officers, we'd like to talk to you.
Just a minute. And what's this all about?
Miss Margaret Norman,
Yeah, that's right. What do you want with me?
what if we could come in, please? Be a little better than talking out here in the hall.
Yeah, I guess so. Come in.
Thank you. My name's Friday. This is my partner, Frank Smith. Pleased to meet you, ma'am.
Yeah. Hi.
You alone here, Miss Norman?
Yeah, I just got up. Have to excuse the way the place looks, kind of messy.
Yes, ma'am.
Mind if I put on some coffee? I'm not going to be able to answer any questions before I have a cup of coffee.
We go right ahead, ma'am.
What is it you want to see me about?
You know a man named Richmond?
Richmond?
Yes, ma'am. George Richmond.
Why'd you ask that? What's he done?
We'd just like to know if you know him, do you?
Yeah, I know him. What do you guys want him for?
We'd like to talk to him, Miss Norman.
Uh-huh. Don't want to tell me what it's about, huh?
Well, it'll be better if we talk to him.
Yeah. Either one of you got a cigarette?
Yes, ma'am. Here you go. Match?
Thanks. Thanks. You know, there's no love lost between me and George.
Is that right?
You bet there isn't, lousy bum. Regular drugstore cowboy. Takes a girl out for dinner one lousy night and a cheap dinner. Figures he owns her.
You know where he is now?
I haven't got the slightest idea. If I did know, I'd sure tell you. Bet I would. I'd like to see him get his way he treated me.
You know any of his friends? Anyone who might know where he is?
I don't think he's got a friend. At least I never met any of them.
Does he drive a car, do you know?
No, not him. Always took a cab. Used to kill me. Anywhere we went, he'd take a cab. One lousy block and he took a cab. Liked to be a sport. Always tipping big. Regular drugstore cowboy.
Mm-hmm. When did you see him last?
It must have been a couple of weeks ago. That much, anyway. Last time I saw him. Don't care if I never see him again where he acted. I thought he was going to kill me.
Ma'am?
Went out to dinner and we got back here. He'd been drinking a lot. Got real nasty. I told him he better be going. You know, it was late and all.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, like I said, it was late and he got real nasty. Started yelling at me. Called me all sorts of things. Now, I'm not going to let any man say things like that to me, so I told him to get out. I never want to see him again. One lousy dinner and he thought he owned me.
Mm-hmm. Will you go ahead, Miss Norman?
He hauled off and hit me. Right there in the hall. Hit me as hard as he could. Almost broke my jaw. Well, you know, I let out a scream and he beat it. Caused such a commotion I had to move.
Then this didn't happen here, is that it?
No, a place over on Vermont. I moved the next day.
Mm-hmm. Where'd you meet Richmond?
At the club. Say, you got another cigarette?
Yeah. Here you are. Match?
Thanks.
What club's that, ma'am?
Where I work. In Green Lantern, downtown. I'm the cigarette girl. I met him there. He came in one night. Acted real big. Asked me if I'd have dinner with him. As it happened, I didn't have an engagement that night, so I said yes. Well, we kind of went together for a while.
I see.
Sure hope you get him. A real bad guy. The way he treats women. Terrible. He say, wait a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
I know someone who might be able to tell you where he is.
Who's that, ma'am?
A fellow named Hank. Used to hang around the club. I saw George talk to him at the bar once in a while.
Well, do you know where we can find this fella, Hank?
No, but I can tell you where his girlfriend lives. That help?
Yes, ma'am, it will.
Place over on 3rd out near Fairfax.
Do you know his full name, ma'am?
Gee, I gotta think about that. Let's see. Jeanette, that's the girl. Jeanette introduced him as Palmer. That's it, Hank Palmer. I don't know about him, though.
What's that, Miss Norman?
He's a real mean one. Kind of quiet, not like George. George likes to shoot his mouth off, but Hank is quiet. He's trouble, though.
Ma'am?
Well, one night we went up to Jeanette's for a couple of drinks. Hank took off his coat. That's why I say he's rough.
Yeah?
Sure. Carries a gun.
1:45 p.m. We got the description of Hank Palmer, and then Frank and I drove back to the city hall. We ran the name and description through R&I, but we got no make. We sent the name to George Brereton, CII, up at Sacramento. We got communication off to Washington, asking them for information on Palmer. We also checked the name of Palmer's girlfriend through our records, but we got no information. We contacted Captain Steed and arranged for a stakeout to be placed on the apartment of Palmer's girlfriend, Jeanette Allen. 2 days went by. Palmer and Richmond failed to make an appearance. We talked to Jeanette Allen, but she couldn't supply us with any information as to the whereabouts of the two men. Descriptions of the men were broadcast. Informants were questioned. We contacted the Modesto Police Department, and they sent us all information on the places Richmond was known to frequent while he was in Los Angeles. The kickback from Sacramento and Washington gave us no new information on Richmond, but Washington had him listed as having 2 arrests for armed robbery and ADW in the East. Another week passed. The stakeouts on Jeanette Allen's apartment continued. No sign of either of the men. Sergeant Al Panoges of the Bunko Fugitive Detail worked with us in trying to trace their movements. On Saturday, June 15th, we got word from an informant that Richmond and Palmer had been seen in town. We checked with the stakeout at the apartment, but they'd seen nothing of the 2 men. Frank, Al Panoges, and I drove out to relieve the stakeout. Hey, Panoge.
Yeah, Frank.
Sure hot in this room, isn't it? Air just laying there.
Yeah. Paper says this is the hottest June 15th on record.
Say, Miss Allen.
Yes, Sergeant?
Now, you haven't heard from Palmer at all since he got back, is that it?
No, not a word. I don't really believe he's in town. I'm sure if he was, he'd look me up. Never done this before.
Uh-huh. Say, would it be all right if I got a glass of water, miss?
Sure, help yourself right out in the kitchen.
Thanks. How about you, Joe? Want some? No, thanks. Al?
Yeah.
Joe? Yeah?
Cab's stopping out in front. Man getting out. Might be one of them. Guy's wearing an overcoat.
On a day like this? You coming in here, Al?
Yeah. Yeah, cab's pulling away.
Okay. You want to take that side of the door, Frank? Right. You better go into the bedroom, Miss Allen.
You think there's going to be some trouble?
Well, it depends on the way he wants it.
Oh, well, I guess you know best. I hope not. All I need is to have to move again.
Somebody in the hall. He's stopping. All set? Right.
Who are you? You Hank Palmer? Yeah, so what?
Police officers.
Lousy
cop! Watch it, Joe. He's got a gun. I'll get him. All right, hold it up, Palmer. Stop or I'll fire.
Get away from me, cop!
Hold it up, Palmer.
All right, mister. Come on, pull out of here. Come on, go!
Get in a call, Frank. Gray Mercury. License number's 1S69105.
Right. Better call an ambulance, too.
What?
Panoges. He's hurt bad.
June 15th, 8:40 p.m. Sergeant Al Panoges was removed to Georgia Street Receiving Hospital. His condition was listed as critical. The bullet had entered his chest and was still embedded below the left lung. His family was notified, and after Frank and I got out the APB on Palmer, we drove by to pick up Mrs. Panoges. We dropped her off at the hospital, and Frank stayed with her. Palmer's description was put out, as was the description of the car he'd commandeered to get away. I ran the number through our DMV and found that it was registered to a William Evans, 1627 East Poinsettia, Hollywood. Along with Sergeant Ullery, I checked out the address. Mrs. Evans told us that she hadn't seen her husband for several hours, that when he left the house, he had told her that he was going to a lodge meeting. We got a description of him and got out a local and an APB on him. I called the hospital and found that they'd operated on Panoges, but that they were unable to remove the bullet. His wife collapsed. Frank had her taken home where she was cared for by their family doctor. 12:46 a.m. A radio car out in Chatsworth picked up Evans. He told them that Palmer had forced him at gunpoint to drive him to the valley. There, he'd forced Evans from the car and driven off. Evans couldn't give the officers any idea of where the suspect might have been headed. 2 hours later, the car was found abandoned on Spring Street. It was placed under surveillance, and a dragnet of the downtown area was started. Metro Division assigned 20 teams of men to make a block-by-block search of the vicinity. The details at the bus stations and at the airports were alerted. 4:12 a.m. I got a call from Frank, and I drove over to Georgia Street Receiving Hospital. Hi. How's it going?
Not good. Just saw the doctor.
Well, how's Al?
He just died.
You are listening to Dragnet, the authentic story of your police force in action.
Chesterfield is the first cigarette to offer smokers premium quality in both regular and king size. King size Chesterfield contains tobaccos of better quality and higher price than any other king size cigarette. Chesterfield is first to name all its ingredients that make the best possible smoke. And Chesterfield gives you this scientific report. No adverse effects to the nose and throat of a group smoking only Chesterfields. So enjoy your smoking. Change to Chesterfield today. Much milder, with an extraordinarily good taste.
When an officer is first accepted by the police force, he spends 13 weeks at the police academy. In that period, he learns the basic fundamentals of being a peace officer. On graduation from the academy, he is assigned either to traffic or to a tour of duty in one of the city jails. Then, depending on his aptitude and the way he conducts himself in the field, he's checked on for possible transfer to one of the detective divisions as an investigator. By the time a police officer gets his assignment to the detective bureau, he's become a professional troubleshooter. He knows how to handle himself, and he knows how to treat the lawbreaker. He's on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and he wears a gun. When a hoodlum shoots a police officer, he's showing society that he has no regard for the law, and at the same time, he is announcing that he will not hesitate to kill an unarmed citizen. Sergeant Alfred Panoges had been a policeman 14 years. He'd begun in traffic, and then had been transferred to the juvenile division. From there, he went to homicide detail, and then to Bunko Fugitive Division. He was a professional peace officer, and he'd been murdered. He gave his life to protect the people who paid his salary, the taxpayers. His killer was still at large, and we had to find him. The search of the downtown area was intensified, but it netted us nothing. Frank and I checked the immediate area around the abandoned car. In talking to the people in the vicinity, we found a newsboy who had seen Palmer park the car. He said he was unable to tell us where the man had gone, but he said that he thought he might have gone into a bar near the corner. We checked the place, but the bartender was unable to give us any information. 2 days passed. We rechecked the known hangouts of the two men. Neither of them had been seen. Tuesday, June 18th, we got word that Palmer had been seen entering an apartment house on South Alvarado. 10:14 a.m. Frank and I drove over to talk to the landlady.
Palmer and Richmond. No, I don't think I know them.
What if you take a look at these pictures, Mrs. Holbrook, see if you recognize them?
Sure.
There you are.
He's a mean one. Haven't seen him, though. This one.
Ma'am?
This one. I know him. Which one's he?
Well, that's Richmond.
No, that's not his name. Told me it was Reichman. Said it was John Reichman. Lives up in 206. That's in front.
Is he in now, ma'am?
No, he went out this morning early. First time in a couple of days he went out early.
You expect him back soon?
Oh, I don't know right off. Might be. I don't generally know when they're coming back. Don't keep tabs on them, you know.
Them?
Yeah, tenants. A nice bunch, most of them quiet. Had a full place last 2 years.
Uh-huh. How long is this, Reichman?
Yeah, that's it, John Reichman.
How long's he been here?
Oh, he's kind of new. He took over the room from a friend of his.
Yes, ma'am. Does he have any friends in the building? Anyone that he sees quite a bit of?
Well, now, there's a girl in 306. He sees quite a bit of her.
Well, who's that, Miss Holbrook?
That'd be Barbara McIntyre. Nice girl. Dancer. Works downtown at one of the clubs.
She in now, would you know?
Oh, she should be, yes. Hardly ever gets up much before noon. Hardly ever. She works late, you know.
Yes, ma'am. Does Richmond drive a car?
Richmond? Oh, dear, now. Well, I don't know. I don't think so. Seems like he's always coming home in a cab. Comes in at all hours. I don't think he's going to last here.
Why you say that, ma'am?
'Cause I don't think he will, that's all. Plays the radio late, makes noise, you know. Then there was a fight. The girl didn't want to do anything about it, but I certainly think she should have.
Oh, what's that about, ma'am?
Oh, one night, let's see, it must have been about a week ago. Reichman or Richmond or whatever his name is came home and he was... Well, he'd been drinking quite a bit, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, he went up to the girl's apartment and they had an awful brawl. Screaming and yelling, an awful brawl. I went up and asked her if there was something I could do, but she yelled through the door and said no, that everything was all right. Of course, it wasn't.
Ma'am?
Well, the next day, the poor thing had a black eye that just wouldn't stop, all bruised up. Had a bandage right here on her forehead. Must have hit her awful hard. No, sir, I don't think he's going to last.
Mm-hmm. And you're pretty sure that you haven't seen this other man, though, are you?
Well, let me see that picture again.
Mm-hmm. This one?
No, I'm positive. I never saw him. Of course, that don't mean he wasn't here.
Ma'am?
Well, like I said, I don't pay much attention to them. They pay their rent, and I don't bother them. They come and go as they please. Say, what do you want them for? Is it about that, Mr.?
Richmond?
Yeah, is it about him beating up that poor girl?
No, ma'am.
I should have known about him. No, sir, he ain't gonna last long around here.
I wonder if we could see his room, Mrs. Holbrook.
Well, I guess it's all right. I'll get the key.
All right, ma'am. Thank you.
Here you are. It's right up the stairs and then to the front of the hall. It's on the right at the far end of the hall.
Well, we'd rather you'd come up with us, ma'am.
Oh, well, all right. Glad to help. The way he must have beat that girl, a fiend, that's what he is. He sure isn't going to last long around here.
No, ma'am, he sure isn't. Before we looked at Richmond's apartment, we tried to check with his girlfriend. We found that she wasn't in. The manager let us into her apartment, but we found no indication where she might have gone. Then we went downstairs and searched Richmond's place. He wasn't there. The landlady stood by when we searched the place. In a closet, we found a small arsenal, a gas grenade, a sawed-off shotgun, and 2 boxes of shells. There were also several revolvers, along with over 150 rounds of ammunition. We called the office and arranged for a stakeout on the building. Sergeants Ullery, Gerard, Gilmore, and Miller came out. Gerard and Gilmore covered the front entrance. Ullery and Miller were stationed at the back of the building, and Frank and I covered Richmond's room. The residents of the apartment were warned to stay inside their rooms and to keep their doors locked. 10:30 p.m. There was still no sign of the suspects. We waited. 11 o'clock, 11:15, midnight. Joe? Yeah? Looks like it might be them. Cab pulling up in front. How about Gerard and Gilmore?
No, can't see him from here. Yeah. Looks like Palmer and Richmond. They got the girl with him.
Where is she?
She's walking between them. Makes it tough, huh?
Yeah. Well, I won't try to take him on the street this way.
They're coming in the building.
Uh-huh.
They should be here pretty quick.
Yeah, figures if they're coming here.
Upstairs. Girl's apartment, huh?
Sounds like it. What if they went in with her?
We'll just have to wait.
Wait a minute. Somebody outside there in the hall.
Yeah.
Hold it.
I don't feel right, I tell you. It's too quiet. Something's up.
All right, mister, let's hold it.
Cops, George, beat it!
Go! All right, give it up, Palmer!
Well, they made the street. Gilmore and Gerard should get him. In that car, Joe. Let's go.
Looks like they're in that store.
You want to cover me while I try to get over there?
All right, take it easy.
Right.
You all right, Frank?
Right.
All right, I'm coming over.
I'll cover you.
You see Gilmore and Gerard?
Yeah, they're behind the Buick over there.
Come on out of there. Richmond, Palmer, come on. Throw the guns out.
You come in and take us, cop?
Give it up, Richmond. You're at a dead end. There's no way out of there.
Then we'll make one.
They're coming out, Joe.
Okay, I quit. You got Richmond, I quit. Now don't shoot anymore. Please don't shoot anymore. You won't shoot anymore, will you please?
Throw that gun out here. Come on.
All right. Here it is. I'm throwing it out. Now don't shoot anymore, please.
Got it.
All right, I'll check Richmond.
Right.
I haven't got any gun. I gave it to you. I'm hurt. Can't you see that? I'm hurt bad.
I told Gilmore to call the ambulance. Richmond's dead. How about this one?
Well, he's hit. I don't know how bad.
I should have known not to kill a cop. I would have been like this if I hadn't killed that cop. I didn't mean to. I got scared. That's all, scared. You can understand that, can't you?
Yeah, you want to shake him, Frank?
Yeah.
Watch it, Frank. He's got another gun. You all right?
Yeah.
Palmer? Palmer.
I'll check him.
How about it?
He's dead. Look here, Jar.
What's that?
Had these in his pockets.
Must be 50 or 60 rounds of ammunition there.
Yeah. Doesn't look like he was ready to quit.
He was ready.
The story you have just heard was true. The names were changed to protect the innocent.
On July 26th, an inquest was held in the coroner's office in and for the county of Los Angeles. In a moment, the results of that inquest.
Now, here is our star, Jack Webb.
Thank you, George Fenneman. Friends, every day, more and more people are changing to Chesterfield, and finding Chesterfield is best for them. One reason for this is premium quality. Chesterfield is first to give you premium quality in both regular and king size. Another reason, Chesterfield gives you this scientific report. No adverse effects to the nose and throat of a group smoking only Chesterfield. I smoke an average of 2 packs a day, and I'm convinced Chesterfield is best for me. Try 'em, regular or king size. I think you'll find Chesterfield is best for you.
At the coroner's inquest, it was found that the deaths of George Thomas Richmond and Henry Donald Palmer were justifiable homicide. It was found that they were armed and were killed while resisting arrest. You have just heard Dragnet, a series of authentic cases from official files. Technical advice comes from the Office of Chief of Police W.H. Parker, Los Angeles Police Department. Technical advisors, Captain Jack Donahoe, Sergeant Marty Wynn, Sergeant Vance Brasher. Heard tonight were Ben Alexander, Joyce McCluskey, Paul Richards. Script by John Robinson. Music by Walter Schumann. Hal Gibney speaking.
For a million laughs, tune in Chesterfield's Martin and Lewis Show, Tuesday on this same NBC station. And sound off for Chesterfields, either regular or king size. You'll find premium quality Chesterfield much milder. Chesterfield is best for you.
Chesterfield has brought you Dragnet, transcribed from Los Angeles.
Ladies and gentlemen, wherever and whenever people need help, the Red Cross answers the call. When a flood-stricken family needs shelter, when a crippled child must learn to walk and play, and when a wounded soldier needs blood, the Red Cross is always there. Now, the Red Cross needs your help. To keep up their many services this year, $93 million is needed. So, when the Red Cross volunteer calls on you, please answer the call and give generously.
"73 years ago, March 1st, 1953, Dragnet on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Coming up on Monday, comedy with Bill Harrison, Alice Faye, George Burns and Gracie Allen, Jack Benny, Charlie McCarthy, and fun stuff. On Tuesday, the Screen Directors Playhouse production of The Paleface, starring Bob Hope, a movie that he starred in. Also, we'll have Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve, and the Aldrich family. On Wednesday, drama with Herbert Marshall as the Man Called X. We also have a Dangerous Assignment starring Brian Donlevy, Nick Carter, Master Detective starring Lon Clark, and Suspense, the Doom Machine from 1962. On Thursday, David Ellis stars in an episode of Escape from 1949, Conqueror's Isle, Mr. President, and Quid Pro Quo from 1950. Lux Radio Theater production of Panic in the Street starring Richard Widmark. Friday, Frontier Town, Burnside Falls from 1953, Gunsmoke, Have Gun Will Travel, and Red Rider. On Saturday, Jack Benny, My Friend Irma, Duffy's Tavern, and The Alan Young Show. And then on Sunday, we will have more drama a week from today. Cary Grant starring in a Lux Radio Theater production of Madam Butterfly, also Suspense and Dragnet. That's a week from today here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Anywhere, anytime at classicradio.stream. Coming up next, David Bryan as Mr. District Attorney.
What's with the basket, Mom? Picnic?
Nope, this is Grandma's pantry, modern version.
Great, Mom. Only what's it for?
Civil defense. And you're the one who brought the idea home from scout meeting. Here, help me check off the list. Fruit juice?
Yup.
Powdered milk?
Right.
Canned meats?
Into civil defense comes Grandma's Pantry, the symbol of preparedness. Unexpected company? Grandma always had plenty for everyone.
No matter what unexpected disaster, your family should have a 7-day supply of food on hand, kept well protected in jars or tins, and safe in a shelter area.
In an emergency or during evacuation in case of enemy attack, it's too late to plan. You will have to depend on your own resources, on Grandma's Pantry.
Assure the future. Know the 6 steps to survival. Make this year your family's year for civil defense. You take the first step.
Civil defense, an American tradition.
Mr. District Attorney was on 13 years on radio. A lot of people started the program. Probably best, Jay Jostin was the original Mr. District Attorney. Continuing into 1953, you're going to hear from some of the last season. It was on the original NBC Blue, which became ABC, the full NBC Red Network, and then, of course, NBC, as we mentioned, ABC, and then syndicated. Dwight Weist was, for a period of time, Mr. District Attorney. Raymond Edward Johnson, Jay Jostin, the best known from 1940 through 1952, and David Bryan, whom you'll hear today from the final year of the program in syndication. And that's what you'll hear today, going back 73 years. March 1st, 1953, the case of the frying pan murder.
Mr. District Attorney, starring David Bryan. Mr. District Attorney, champion of the people, defender of truth, guardian of our fundamental rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
And it shall be my duty as district attorney not only to prosecute to the limit of the law all persons accused of crimes perpetrated within this county, but to defend with equal vigor the rights and privileges of all its citizens.
And now, here is our star, David Bryan, as Paul Garrett, Mr. District Attorney.
To a district attorney, a county is like a reservoir. The level isn't always the same. People move in, people move away. Good people, bad people. The bad ones make trouble. This case started in a trailer parked in an empty field on the outskirts of town.
Howdy, Joe.
Howdy, Russ.
Ain't you gonna ask me in?
Yeah, sure. Come on in. What's on your mind, Russ?
Joe, I figure that 2 weeks is long enough for old friends to be mad at each other, especially friends that grew up together back home. I come to ask you to shake hands.
You know, now that you're here, I can't figure just what we've been mad about. Ain't nobody I'd rather shake hands with than you, Russ.
You're my boy. But we ain't never going to talk politics again.
Oh, you got a deal. I was just about to fix me some grub. Why don't you stay and eat?
Oh, thanks, but Ella's expecting me back at the motor court. You heard from Marge?
Yeah, I got a telegram from Dallas this morning. She's on her way back.
Her sister must be better then.
Must be, or Marge'd stay with her a while longer. They're mighty close.
Ella'd like to have you and Marge over for dinner when she gets back. Ella's been beefing at me ever since you and me fell out.
She'll be here tomorrow.
Well, good deal. Then how about tomorrow night?
We'd be proud to come.
Swell. Ella'll be tickled. Well, guess I'd better be getting along with the old pay envelope. So long, Joe.
So long, Russ. Thanks for coming.
Oh, by the way, you ain't seen your brother-in-law, have you?
Orville? No, not for a couple of days. Why, he owe you money, too?
Well, you know Orville. He owes half the guys out at the plant. If he could wire an instrument panel the way he can borrow money, it'd make him a lead man.
I'll make good whatever
No, nothing doing. You ain't responsible for his debts. Good night, Joe.
Well, good night, Russ. Oh, just a second. Oh, did you forget something? Oh, it's you, Orville.
Yo, who'd you expect?
Russ was just here. I thought it was him coming back.
I know he was here. I've been sitting out back long enough waiting for him to leave.
Could have come in. Russ don't bite unless you got a reason for ducking him.
Well, he don't like me.
Reckon that's your fault, Orvie.
Oh, sure. Everything's my fault. How come you're standing up for him? I thought you and him was on the outs.
Not anymore. Besides, it's none of your business. What'd you come for, Orvie?
Well, Joe, I need some help. I got my check cashed, and I guess I didn't notice it till I was almost to the rooming house, but I got a hole in my pocket. Hey, you see? I lost my pay.
Do I look like a half-wit to you?
Joe, I swear.
The last time you came with that story, you said your pocket was picked. And the time before that, you said you got stuck with a loan you signed for somebody.
It was the truth, Joe, honest.
Stop using the word honest, Orvie. Doesn't sound right coming from you. If your money's gone, you lost it in a pay-night crap game at Holland's.
I haven't been near Holland's in weeks. Joe, you gotta help me. My wife will buck like a maverick under a branding iron if I don't bring some money home. You and Sis have got some side money. I know you have.
Yes, and this time we're gonna keep it.
Joe, I need money. I ain't leaving here without it. We're family.
Family? Fat lot that means to you. There's nothing here for you, Orville. You better try someplace else.
I said I wasn't leaving without the money.
Reckon you'll be here a long time then, Orvie. So you'll have to excuse me. I'm fixing my supper.
I ain't gonna ask you again, Joe.
Glad to hear.
Just gonna keep ignoring me, huh? Like I wasn't even here.
That's right.
Maybe I can make you pay a little attention with this frying pan.
Orvie, put that down.
No, I'm gonna remind you I'm still here. Like this. I told you I wasn't leaving. I told you, Joe. I warned you. Refusing help to your own kin. I'll take it myself. You ain't gonna be needing it anymore.
I've kept the whole field blocked off, Chief. Nobody's been near the trailer except Prager's wife and me and the lab crew.
Oh, good, Harrington. Prager, the dead man's name?
Yeah, that's right. Joe Prager, aircraft worker. His wife was in Dallas, Texas, visiting a sick relative. Found the body when she got back this morning.
Mm-hmm. Where is she now?
And she's sitting over there in my car. I tried to get her to go over to one of the motels on the highway, but she won't. She's in, she's in kind of a daze.
Oh, shock. That's to be expected. I wonder why they parked that trailer in an empty field. Plenty of trailer camps around town.
Yeah, save money, I guess. You know how some of those migratories are. Come to the cities and save all they can, then go back to the home state and buy a piece of land.
Mm-hmm. There was a gasoline lamp in the trailer for light, but what do they do for water?
Well, there was a well out back. Used to be a farmhouse here some time ago. Must have been moved. Part of the foundation is still there. I guess they had enough to get by. You want to walk out to the road? I can have one of the cars radio for a pickup on the body.
Okay. Who's that coming up the trail?
Huh? One of the boys from the squad?
He's not in uniform. Hey, you. Stay right where you are. Don't come any further.
Told them not to let anybody come into this field.
And he didn't get too far, whoever he is.
Who are you, fella? Who told you could come in here? Didn't you see those police cars out on the road?
They said it was all right. I come to help my sister.
Who's your sister?
Marge, Joe Prager's wife. He was my brother-in-law. That's why the cops let me through.
How about it, Chief?
All right. Your sister's sitting in one of those cars over there. I guess it'll help to have somebody with her.
Thanks.
Oh, just a second.
Yeah?
Got an aircraft ID button on your shirt?
That's right.
Orville James. Oh, that's a good picture of you.
Yeah.
Did your brother-in-law work in the same plant?
Yeah, not the same department, though.
How'd you find out he was killed?
Well, the cops down by the road told me.
Was in the aircraft plant working today?
Yeah, sure it is.
You on the swing shift?
No, a day shift.
Plant is on the other side of town. How did you get out here now?
Well, it's my lunch hour. I got a lift over this way.
That'd just about take you a whole hour. More if you don't catch your ride going right back right away.
You make a habit of hitchhiking out here on your lunch hour?
No, of course I don't. Anything else you want to know?
Yes. When did you see your brother-in-law last?
I don't know. 3, maybe 4 days ago.
Not yesterday?
No.
Not even at work?
It's a big place. We didn't even work in the same building.
What time did you quit yesterday, Orville?
5 o'clock.
Then what did you do between 6 and 8 o'clock?
And who was with you while you did it?
Why, I cashed my check at Holland's. It's a place over near the plant. And then I...
Then what? Did you come out here?
Yes.
What?
I said yes. Yes, I come out here. I'd have told you before if you'd asked me the right way.
Why did you say you hadn't seen Joe Prager in 3 or 4 days if you saw him last night?
I didn't see him last night.
Now, listen, you just told us
I told you I'd come out here, but I didn't see Joe.
Why not? If he didn't answer your knock, the trailer door wasn't locked, and you're a relative.
I didn't even knock. I changed my mind about going in because there was a car parked outside. Not Joe's own car, another car. He had company. I recognized the car. It belongs to Russ Newcomb. And I didn't want to go in while he was there because I didn't want to get mixed up in no argument.
Who is Russ Newcomb, and why did you expect an argument?
Russ is a welder out the plant. Him and Joe had been friends, but they got teed off at each other a couple of weeks ago. Hadn't been talking.
And why would Newcomb be visiting here?
Why don't you ask Newcomb that? Now, are you going to let me go to my sister, or ain't you?
Chief?
Let him go.
All right, Orville, go ahead. Yeah, looks like this one might crack easy, Chief.
Yes. I want to contact Miss Miller and get the lab crew back here.
Oh, why?
Lots of tire tracks in this field.
Prager's own car, probably.
Yes, but there should be a set from Newcomb's car, too, if he drove in. When we get to court with him, I want to be able to prove it.
First squad car's pulled in off the road here. We can use their radio phone.
What unit is this?
Now, let me see this number. There. 414.
Thanks. 414 to Central.
Central to 414. Go ahead, 414.
Yeah, this is Mr. Garrett. Give me a telephone hookup to my office, please.
Stand by.
District Attorney's office.
Mr. Garrett, Miss Miller.
Yes, sir.
I want a moulage crew from the lab to come back on this trailer case. Have them take castings of all unusual tire tracks that seem to be recent.
Recent, yes, sir.
I'll contact you again in a few minutes as Harrington and I drive in. Meanwhile, call the Braddock Aircraft Plant. Get the home address of Russ Newcomb.
Russ Newcomb.
Yes, he may be working. If he is, have the plant security put a watch on him until I get there. But tell them not to let him know he's being watched unless he tries to leave.
And if he does try?
Then they can take him into custody pending my arrival to make a formal charge of murder. This is David Bryan. Before we continue with Mr. District Attorney in the case of the frying pan murder, here is an important message I'd like you to hear.
And now back to David Bryan, starring as Paul Garrett, Mr. District Attorney.
An aircraft worker had been murdered in his isolated trailer home. His brother-in-law had disclosed that there was bad blood between the victim and another worker at the plant, and that he had seen them together on the night of the killing. Harrington and I drove out to the plant, and the man we were after was on the job. He was pointed out by the plant security guard.
Hey, you up there! Newcomb! You want me? Yeah! Knock off for a minute. Come down from the wing, will you? Be right there.
Watch him, Harrington.
Don't worry.
What can I do for you?
District Attorney's office. This is the DA, Mr. Garrett. My name's Harrington.
Oh, police stuff, huh?
Now, that's right, Newcomb. Let's go into the washroom there where we can talk.
Well, what's up? You fellas find the woman who owned that purse?
Purse? What purse? What are you talking about?
Well, that's why you're here, ain't it? I found a woman's purse on the street about 2 months ago. I turned it into the police.
Well, we know nothing about that, Mr. Newcomb. It has nothing to do with our call.
Oh. Well, what do you want to see me about?
Do you know Joe Prager?
Why, sure. Joe's my best friend. Joe ain't in any kind of trouble, is he?
When did you see him last?
Well, only last night.
You remember what time?
Well, reckon it was about 7 o'clock.
You go out to his trailer to see him?
That's right.
You say he was your best friend?
Yeah?
Other people say you weren't on speaking terms for the last couple of weeks.
Well, we weren't until last night. We got in a dumb political argument one day during lunch here. Both got hotter than we should have.
But you patched that up last night, huh?
Yeah, that's right. That's why I went out to see Joe, to bury the hatchet.
You sure you mean hatchet, not frying pan?
Look, you fellas are asking me something, but you ain't telling me nothing.
You talked politics with Prager again last night?
No, we just patched up our beef. I asked him to bring his wife over to supper with us tonight, and then I left. That's all.
And Prager was still alive when you left?
What do you mean, was he still alive? Are you telling me that Joe's dead?
Don't you know, mister? He was beaten to death last night with an iron frying pan.
Joe? Joe Prager?
Did you see anybody else at the trailer?
No. No, we were alone. Just the two of us.
Newcomb, the law requires me to warn you that anything you say from this point on can be used against you.
Used against me for what? You're talking like I'm under arrest.
You are under arrest for the murder of Joe Prager.
But you're wrong. Take these off. What are you doing to me?
What did you do to Prager? Get moving, mister.
You take him in, Harrington. I'll be back at the office by the time you have him booked.
Where you going?
Down to the morgue. The body will be in by now, and I still haven't spoken to Prager's wife.
Yeah. Joe told me. Him and Russ had some kind of an argument. But I didn't think it'd ever be as bad as this. I never thought Russ would be the kind to kill him.
Was your husband having trouble with anybody other than Russ Newcomb?
No.
Did he seem worried? Troubled about anything?
No. We were saving money. Saving for a down payment on a house and a piece of land back home in Texas. So Joe could be his own man someday. Working for that kept him happy. Now I'll be using what he saved to bury him.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Prager.
Why did Russ do a thing like this to him? Why? Why?
I don't know. I've never been able to understand why men do a lot of things they do to each other. I'll be in the next room for a while, if you need me.
Chief.
Harrington, you booked Newcomb so quickly?
Yeah, I turned him over to Charlie Rand. Thought you might need me.
What's the stuff on the table?
No, personal effects the lab boys removed from Prager's clothing. There's a couple of things you ought to see.
Like what?
Well, his bank book, for one, was in Prager's shirt pocket.
$930.
Mm-hmm. All deposits the same. $30 each. Made every Friday, the day after payday.
Well, he won't make any deposits today.
No, but yesterday was payday. But Prager's pay wasn't on him.
No cash at all?
Just what you see there. Less than $1 and change.
And he might have kept the money someplace in the trailer.
The lab boys checked it. Not a dime.
When you turned Newcomb over to Rand for booking, did Newcomb have any money on him?
About $5, that's all. He's had since last night to hide the money, though, Chief. All we've got to do is find out where he hid it, and we've got a double motive for the killing. The bad blood for the argument they had, and robbery.
The robbery makes me wonder if we've got any motive at all, so far as Newcomb is concerned.
Well, what makes you say that?
Remember what Newcomb said when we picked him up at the plant about finding a woman's purse and turning it over to the police?
Yeah.
I want to find out if he actually did, and if there was any money in the purse.
What's the connection?
A man who finds money in the street and turns it over to the police isn't liable to commit murder in the commission of a robbery. I'll call Miss Miller and have her check the police lost and found while we're on the way in. While she's at it, I'll have her check with somebody else.
Who?
Newcomb's butcher.
Newcomb's butcher?
Well, that's right, Harrington. Newcomb said they were expecting the Pragers over for dinner tonight. I wanted to find out what kind of meat Mrs. Newcomb intended to serve.
Here it is, Mr. Garrett. The Newcombs patronized a butcher shop on Emerson near Longacre Boulevard.
Well, what about the order?
Mrs. Newcomb ordered stewing beef yesterday for tonight's dinner, but she called up this morning and changed the order to lamb chops. 8 lamb chops.
Was that a usual order? 8 chops?
No, the butcher said she always ordered 4 at a time, but only for Sunday dinners.
You figure anything from that, Chief?
Well, don't you? 8 chops instead of 4? 2 apiece. They must have been expecting the Pragers. And Prager was dead, and she put that order in.
Newcomb might have told her to order them for a cover-up.
Yeah, that's a little too smart, Harrington. Newcomb didn't strike me as being that clever.
Well, that may be the lost and found report. I'll get it.
Yeah.
District Attorney's office. Yes, Pete, let's have it.
Our men find any sign of bloody clothing when they checked Newcomb's place?
No, but they're still checking dry cleaners and laundries.
Thanks, Pete. Bye. Turned in a purse all right, Mr. Garrett, the 4th precinct, 2 months ago. There's no identification in it, and it still hasn't been claimed.
Any money in it?
$83.
Well, Newcomb could have taken that and shoved it right in his pocket. Come on, Harrington.
Where to now?
Back to Prager's trailer.
I don't know, Chief. We fine-combed the place, and there's nothing we didn't see before.
I see a deep heel and pointed toe marks on the ground there. A lot of them.
Prager's, Chief. He wore Western boots.
Some regular shoe marks here. Not many.
Where?
Damp ground leading toward the well.
Yeah, it might have been one of the lab boys coming back for a drink.
I don't think so.
Why?
And whoever it was sat down here, leaned back against the well with his feet stretched out. You can see where the edges of his heels were resting on the ground. Cigarette butt there, too. I want that lab crew back again.
What for?
To drag this well.
For what? We've got the body and the murder weapon.
I'm looking for clothing. Newcomb or anybody in a car might have driven away from here in bloody clothes and changed at home. But it was somebody on foot. They'd have had to hitchhike or take public transportation. They wouldn't try it in bloody clothes.
You're figuring on Orville.
Orville said he came here at 7 o'clock after he cashed his check at Holland's.
Yeah.
Now, you know what goes on at Holland's on pay night. Backroom crap game in which Orville lost.
How do you know?
Because he left early. The winners don't leave early. The other players make them stick to the end.
Yeah. They get sore at a winner who quits without giving a chance to get even.
Let's get that crew out here.
Go on, get in there.
Stop your pushing. What's the idea? What's this all about?
Hello, Orville.
Yeah. What's the idea of pulling me away from the ball game? What do you want now?
A few things rolled up in that bundle on the lab table that you might be able to identify them.
What are they?
Open it. Find out. We found them in the well, behind Prager's trailer, wrapped around a rock. Go ahead, Orville. Open it.
Oh, whose are they? Joe's or Newcomb's?
We want you to tell us.
The blood on them is Joe's. We know that.
What's the matter, Orville? You look kind of sick.
I'm just upset about Joe, that's all. I was at the funeral home with my sister almost all night.
Well, it's nice to relax at a ball game after such a rough night.
All right, Orville, how about it? You ever see these things before?
Yeah, I think so.
Who do they belong to?
Well, I hate to say it, but they look like Newcomb's.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that gives you fellas a real tight case against Newcomb now, don't it?
It would, if it weren't for the laundry mark on the shirt.
A laundry mark?
That's right, Orville. Your laundry mark.
They can't be a laundry mark. They can't.
Keep your hands off those things.
Let me go. Let me go. Ow, my arm.
Might as well tell the truth now, Orville. It'll be better all around.
I didn't do it. I didn't.
All right, Harrington. Let's take him into the detention cells.
My wife always hounded me about money. Always screaming about how hard she worked. Always yelling about how she was ruining her hands scrubbing my work shirts. But she wasn't. She was sending them out to a laundry, and I didn't know it. Laundry Marks, the lazy. I'll kill her.
You're not going to kill anybody, Orville. Not anymore. Your killing days are over. Oh, Mulligan, open it up. All right, Orville. Inside. This is David Bryan again. I hope you've enjoyed this case from the file of Mr. District Attorney. I'll be back in just a moment after this message from our sponsor.
Now, here is the star of Mr. District Attorney, David Bryan, with a word about the program you have just heard.
Orville James was tried and convicted on a charge of murder in the first degree with a mandatory death sentence. The case was appealed and a new defense of temporary insanity was made. But both the psychiatrists and the appellate judges ruled that Orville James was sane. He was subsequently executed in the manner prescribed by law. During all his time in the death house, he was alone. He never had a visitor. Now, this is David Bryan inviting you to join us when we present our next case based on the facts of crime from the file of Mr. District Attorney.
Mr. District Attorney was originated by Phillips H. Lord.
Another Phillips H. Lord production of Mr. District Attorney, 73 years ago, March 1st, 1953, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Ernest Chappell up next with Quiet, Please.
Friends, this is Bob Hope. If an atom bomb were to hit your home city, would you know what to do? Remember, one explosion of an atom bomb could kill 75,000 and maim 100,000. This is only one kind of a disaster which could strike. In addition to many forms of enemy action, there are the dangers of fire, flood, earthquake, and traffic. Knowing what to do before, during, and after a disaster can improve your chances of survival. There is something you can do and do now. You can learn a pattern of survival. Your local Office of Civil Defense is ready to help. Persuade your club, your church, your friends, and your neighbors to help to learn to live. Remember, this is the atomic age. No one can escape its hazards, but everyone can prepare. Listen carefully. What you are about to hear can save your life. Do you know the siren signal in case of atomic attack? Do you know how to find shelter? Do you know how to give first aid? Do you know what will be done for your safety? For further details, consult your local Office of Civil Defense.
We continue now on Classic Radio Theater with the Willis Cooper-helmed program, Quiet Please. Ernest Chappell, the primary actor on this show, from 78 years ago, March 1st, 1948. Sketch from a screenplay.
Quiet, please. Quiet, please. Broadcasting System presents Quiet Please, which is written and directed by Willis Cooper and which features Ernest Chappell. Quiet Please for tonight is called Sketch for a Screenplay.
I got to thinking this afternoon about Hollywood. There's a lot of people who don't care much about Hollywood, and I suppose they've got a right to feel any way they wanted. But me, I always sort of liked the place. Not Hollywood, the town especially, but what people in pictures think of as Hollywood. All the way out to Fox and Metro and the Selznick lot. All the way back to Paramount and RKO and Columbia. Out to the Valley to Universal and Warner's and Republic. It's all Hollywood, the picture people. Even Hollywood itself. I wonder if the loafers still clutter up the sidewalk outside the It on Vine Street. I wonder if the hardest working newsboy in the world is still on the corner of Hollywood and Vine. Wonder if Roland's still at the parking lot back of the Equitable. And that bartender at the Derby that always used to put the bite on you for $50. Hollywood Boulevard at Christmas time. Santa Claus Lane with the gold and silver trees and the lights. And in the summer, when it's 11 o'clock in Hollywood, but it's 3 o'clock in New York, that makes it time to have a bottle of Carte Blanc in the bamboo room. Yes, you can get quite sentimental over Hollywood. Especially when you're not there. And you're not ever going back. I got to thinking about a screenplay this afternoon when I was thinking about Hollywood. No, it isn't written. I doubt it ever will be written. But I amused myself all afternoon thinking about it. Walking over to Harry's office with a batch of pages under my arm that Lillian had just typed up all nice and neat on the yellow paper. Maybe Milk Grocer Norman Foster would be strolling back to the writers' building, griping about changes their producer wanted, and bring it back at 3 o'clock, boys. Then Harry would be sitting there with his feet on the big desk, drinking Coke. How many times? How many times? So sit down in a big easy chair with the light in your eyes. And after a while, Harry finishes his Coke and takes his feet down and shuts his eyes.
All right, what you got, Fred?
I just got a few pages, Harry, just the opening, you see. Only a few scenes, but I think it sets the mood of the thing.
Go ahead, let's hear it. Read it to me.
All right. Long shot, the Chateau Park, summer, day. Shooting from a height toward the chateau itself, which stands at the edge of the woods where the low hills rise against the horizon. In the foreground, near a formal garden in the center of which a fountain plays, is a marble statue of a Greek goddess. And through the trees behind the chateau, we can dimly see other sculptured figures. The chateau itself is huge, gray, many-windowed, and its conical turrets rise bravely against...
Okay. Everybody knows what a French chateau looks like. Go ahead with the story. I gotta go to the barber shop.
A little breeze from the south moves restlessly through the branches of the trees, and the haze of midsummer is on the distant hills. And over the scene comes the sound of children at play.
Is this about kids?
Kids? I suppose it is, Harry. I suppose it is. I remember those summers, those long, happy summers when I was a child. The park and the chateau were magic places then. And when the twilight fell across the broad woodlands and the tiny lights sprang up in the tall windows above us, we used to sit, the three of us, and dream of Bayard and Roland and Du Guesclin and all the paladins of France whose male ghosts were very near to us in the gathering dusk. Paul.
And Roland blew his horn again and again. But the king was far away, and he did not hear.
And Madeleine.
And Roland and all the army died in the pass of Roncesvalles, because King Charlemagne did not hear the horn of Roland.
No, Madeleine. They died, but Roland didn't die.
The book says he died.
No, Roland did not die. Did he, Fred?
The colonel says he didn't die. The colonel says Roland lived forever.
Where is he then?
Roland waits for the day when France needs him. Then he will come.
And the colonel says if we listen on a night when there's no moon sometime, we can hear Roland sounding his horn. Maybe see the flash of his sword Durandal in the starlight.
Oh, do you believe that, Fred?
I don't know. Do you, Paul?
No, of course I believe that. I have heard the horn.
Oh, you dreamed it.
I have heard it.
It is nice to believe that.
About the
horn?
About Roland living and being ready always to come to the aid of his people.
I would like that. I would like to live always.
Not forever, Paul. That wouldn't be fun.
Yes, it would. To help people when they've given up hope.
It would be fun that way, Fred.
I don't want to live forever.
Oh, I don't think anybody really wants to live forever. Not even Roland, maybe.
I remember that afternoon, the three of us under the great oak tree, and the sun red and gold beyond the hills. Children together in the good days before the great plague came out of the east and swallowed up the youth and happiness of France.
Is that all this thing's about? Just kids?
Scene 36, close three shot, Madeline, Paul, and Fred. I'm wearing my going-away clothes, and in my hand is my valise carefully tagged with my name and destination. It's a year later and more. The first chill winds of autumn are sweeping the leaves from the trees in the park, and the frost has touched the flowers in the formal garden where we stand before the silent fountain. There are tears in Madeline's eyes, and a suspicion of them on Paul's cheeks. For this is goodbye again.
You will come back next year, won't you, Fred?
Of course you'll come back, Madeline. Stop crying.
Stop crying, you said.
I am not.
Fred, I miss you.
You don't know how I'll miss you, Madeline. Paul,
Why can't we keep you here always?
my mother. You know.
I wish you could stay.
You'll come back, Madeline.
Do come back, Fred.
I will, Madeline. I promise.
Go away, Paul.
Go away.
Please, Paul.
Goodbye, Fred.
Goodbye, Paul.
Come back.
I'll come back.
We'll be waiting.
I know.
Till next summer, then.
Till next summer.
Fred, you won't forget us.
Never, Madeline.
We love you, Fred.
And I love you, Madeline.
Come back to us.
I'll come back to you, Madeline.
We'll wait, Fred.
You wait for me.
I'll be like Roland, Fred. No matter when you come back. 100 years from now. I'll be waiting.
And over the scene comes the sound of a distant horn. Not the distant horn of Roland, protector of France, but the strident horn of the motor car that was to take an American child away from the scenes of his happiest years and set him on his journey home. And as the two children embrace, wetting each other's faces with their tears, we fade up. And then I thought of the next few years. Fade in. New York Harbor and the Statue of Liberty. Dissolve to a confused, tearful greeting at the pier. Close up. A preoccupied, garrulous mother. And close up, an embarrassed, preoccupied stranger called father. And moving shot, a train streaking westward in the night. And montage, a sad-eyed boy staring out of a train window, a fountain playing in a formal garden in the sunlight. Cone-shaped towers against an evening sky. A girl waving goodbye from the iron gates of a chateau in France. A giant figure in armor brandishing a golden trumpet. And on the soundtrack, distant, distant voices.
Come back, Fred.
We love you, Fred.
Come back.
100 years from now. I'll be waiting, Fred.
Let me see that script, Fred.
Go ahead. Read it, Harry.
Insert. Diploma from the University of Illinois. Know ye all men by these presents that Frederick Arthur, Bachelor of Arts, seal of the university. Full shot, city room, daily newspaper. As Fred enters the room, the camera follows him to the desk of the city editor, where he stops respectfully. The camera moves into a close two-shot of Fred and the editor. The editor at last looks up.
I was editor of the college paper my last year in school, and I did a column on sports for the Havana paper.
Dissolved to typewriter and hands at work. The camera moves into a close close-up, and we read...
By Frederick Arthur.
Dissolve to close-up. Fred at telephone.
All right, Senator, I'll see what I can do about it.
Dissolve to medium shot. Group at bar, favoring Fred. Fred raises his glass and drinks.
Here's to Hollywood, you unlucky people. Hollywood and $1 million a week writing movies.
Dissolve to close-up. Fred's hands at a typewriter. Dissolve to full shot. Carthay Circle Theater at night. With searchlights stabbing up into the sky at the premiere of Fred's first picture success. Great crowds of movie fans in the bleachers as the stars leave their cars and parade into the theater. Fred, in a brand new dinner jacket surrounded by picture personalities, walks proudly into the theater. Insert the clock on the Utter McKinley building. The great brass pendulum swings back and forth relentlessly. Reminder of death and time.
And the image of the girl waving goodbye is dim. And her voice far away.
I love you, Fred. 100 years from now, I'll be waiting.
And an insert of the calendar that reads September 1939. And double exposed against it, marching men in gray uniforms, Stukas dive-bombing a road. And a man in a rumpled gray uniform howling in a mob. And voices shouting, Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil! Stock shot of the French tricolor being lowered. Newsreel shot of a man weeping in the street. Insert poster in a Hollywood office. The poster reads, Wanted for murder, Adolf Schickelgruber. Newsreel shot. 3 men in uniform before the Arch of Triumph in Paris. One with a little mustache, a fat man, a club-footed man. And they're smiling. Double exposure. Superimpose the face of a weeping girl. And over the picture, the sound of a horn, echoing from the pass of Roncesvalles. And again, the face of a weeping girl beside a ruined, shell-torn chateau in France. And a word. One word.
Waiting. Waiting.
Now, a stock shot of the studio gates closing from the outside and a quick montage of a raised hand of a train full of soldiers in new, ill-fitting uniforms. A long line of men and a doctor with a needle. Marching men again, and a tower, and airplanes idling in a broad field. That was the old 501 at Lawson Field, the first of the airborne, the men who rode the storm. Bill Ryder and Bill Yarborough, first lieutenants, and Colonel Bill Lee and Bill Miley. Men with high jump boots and the curled-up wings of the paratrooper above the left blouse pocket. The tower, and hanging face down in your harness and sweating out the ground. And jumping from the mock-ups and learning how to land. Endless hours packing parachutes. And nights across the state line of Phoenix City, beer and shooting galleries, and a shout of Geronimo when the MP showed up with a pickup. Sweating out the ground on the first jump. The jump master's voice over the roar of the plane.
Stand up! Hook on!
Checking the chute of the man next to you while the next man tried all the buckles, patted all the bulges on your pack. And the jump master again.
Go!
And a clatter of heavy jump boots on the metal floor and men flinging themselves into the green space outside. And the sudden emptiness of the plane. And then your hands against the side of the door and a jerk that set you spinning. And then silence. And the plane scudding away. And the all-alone feeling with nothing to hold you up but a canopy over your head. No heaviness, no weight, nothing. Freedom. And then the green earth rushing up at you and the sudden vision. A girl's face in the blue above you.
Waiting.
And the ground and the chute dragging you till you yanked the bottom shrouds and it fluttered down. Behind you, Bill Ryder yelling, Get out of that harness, you're infantry again. And the good feel of a Tommy gun in your hands and the earth underfoot. And somewhere a horn calling you. And slowly, the scene fades out.
Long shot. Port of embarkation. Staten Island. Night. An ice-covered ferryboat struggles across the blacked-out harbor to the end of the pier, and soldiers hurry up the gangplank to the dimly lighted interior of the pier. A voice calls out a man's last name. He answers with his first name, and up the gangway to the bows of the ship. Jump boots on the companionway ladders. Jump boots dangling from the upper tiers of the bunks. Lights, warmth, and great pots of coffee. Dissolve to long shot, convoy, day. A dozen ships wallowing in the bitter North Atlantic swell and a grim gray cruiser standing hardily in their wake.
And a horn, sounding desperately across the heaving ocean. I sit in Harry's office as he reads the screenplay I dreamed of this afternoon. He looked up at last, but he doesn't see me in the easy chair with the light from the window in my eyes. I know what Harry sees. Harry sees the boy that looked like him. The happy, talkative kid that was Harry Jr. The boy that I last saw here in the office when he was talking about how USC was going to beat Notre Dame next Saturday. And I know what Harry's thinking of. He's thinking about a laughing, talkative young Marine corporal who made one too many landings with the Raiders. And the white Star of David out there on that island with a name nobody can pronounce. And Harry turns back to the screenplay and reads silently for a little while. And then he looks at me.
They won't go for war stories anymore, Fred.
And I don't say anything for a second. But I think. Yes, they will go for war stories, Harry. Yes, there's still a lot of people that haven't forgotten. Go on. Read the screenplay, Harry.
Long shot. An airfield in England. Night.
Yes, I remember that. C-47s as far as you could see. Clear night, the stars up there. Us in our jumpsuits, us with our Tommy guns and our knives and our grenades. Waiting.
Close shot. Men loading an airplane.
I remember that, too. I remember the floor of the plane cluttered with red packs of ammunition ready to dump out. They looked gray in the half-light. Men with sweaty faces climbing aboard and sitting down in the bucket seats side by side like people in the Wentworth Avenue streetcar, not speaking. Tightening their belts and sweating. Sweating out the takeoff.
Medium shot. Control tower.
I remember the green light flashing for the plane behind us as we passed the tower.
Long shot. Formation of airplanes in flight. And high above, more planes, and more and more. And the sound of them was the sound of doom. And the contrails from the planes above stretching out white against the stars like a dozen Milky Ways. Medium shot. Interior. Airplane. Night. The men stand up in the darkness.
Stand up. Hook on. Check equipment. And the green light goes on from the cockpit. And nobody yells Geronimo, but out we go into the blackness below in night jump in wartime. And God knows what we'll find on the ground.
Close up. Parrot trooper at door of plane.
Close up with me as I brace my hands against the door jambs. The darkness is sickening and heavy below me. The sweat gleams on my face under the tight helmet. And I feel for the D-ring in my emergency chute. The man in front of me trips and goes out wrong. Somehow the static line holds. He doesn't break free. The jumpmaster slashes at the webbing with his knife and he's away. But when I jump, I'll be too far away from the rest, and the jumpmaster yells at me to hold it, but he's too late. I'm imprisoned in the dark blackness between heaven and earth. Alone. Alone in the dark, and my heart bursting. I shouted in the darkness, but there was no answer. No answer but the muttering of the planes as they faded away into the night that wrapped itself around me like a cloak. And I gave myself up to die there in space. And I think I prayed. And I heard the sound of a horn blowing urgently. scratched through the branches of a tree, and a greater blackness came over me.
Dissolve to medium shot, forest, early dawn. From a tangle of underbrush, a man slowly rises to his feet.
I got out of my parachute harness somehow. I was alone. And as I raised my head to reconnoiter...
Close shot. German soldier. He lies half hidden behind a tree, and he is lowering his rifle after firing a shot. He waves to other soldiers off scene. Close shot. Paratrooper. The American throws himself behind a fallen tree. He peers anxiously through the bushes. Montage. German soldiers. In a series of short flashes, we observe German soldiers, rifles and machine guns poised, completely surrounding the American. Close shot. The American. He looks out from his concealment, searching the area carefully. Suddenly, there is the crackle of a twig, and he leaps to his feet, his Tommy gun at the ready.
Yes, of course, Harry. You guessed it.
A young man and a young woman.
Paul and Madeline.
That's too much of a coincidence, Fred.
It was Paul and Madeline.
Well, Fred?
We said we'd wait, Fred.
They had not changed much. In rough hunting clothes, they looked a little older, a little thinner. And the cross of Lorraine on their coats told me what they were.
We knew you'd come back, Fred.
Of course, old boy.
What can I say to you?
You might kiss me.
And I kissed her. And her lips were cold as ice. It was morning and the enemy lay close to us, and perhaps...
Oh, Fred, we have missed you so.
We needed you, Fred.
And Paul took my hand and smiled at me.
You heard the horn of Roland, Fred.
I've heard it a great many times, Paul.
You have not forgotten how we talked about Roland.
No, I haven't forgotten it. How did you find me?
Don't you recognize the place, Fred?
I know.
This is the woods behind the chateau where we all live.
I wouldn't have recognized it.
Well, we played cowboy and Indians, Fred. Remember?
I remember.
Come, Fred, we have got to get you out of here.
Well, but...
The Germans? They can't hurt us, old boy. This is our home, don't you remember?
Follow us, Fred. This way.
Has it been... rough?
Yes. It has been rough, Fred.
Come, Fred, we must hurry.
Medium shot. The woods.
With the three of us struggling through the lonely, unkempt paths that once were clear and clean in the springtime. Paul ahead, then Madeline, then me. More and more pathways, some of them new, some of them mere traces of footprints through the woods. My two friends always ahead, always leading.
You came back.
Of course I came back, Madeline.
We knew you wouldn't forget us.
Come on! Come on!
Then I followed again. Twice I heard German patrols not too far away from us, but we went on and on, till I'd lost all sense of direction. I said, "How much farther?" Paul stopped then.
This is as far as we can go with you, Fred.
But what... well, what do I do now?
You came back to us, Fred. You will know what to do.
I know, but... Madeline.
Come, Madeline. Goodbye, Fred.
But Paul. Will I see you again?
Yes.
You'll see us again. Oh, Fred.
And Madeline kissed me. It was growing dark again, and the road that led past the chateau was directly in front of me. I knew my way from here. But Madeline kissed me in the twilight there. And again, I heard the distant call of the horn. And I turned away from her and went out. And she waved once when I looked back over my shoulder. And then she and Paul were gone. And I knew at last, Harry, why they couldn't go any farther with me. Read the next scene, Harry.
Close shot. Clearing. 2 graves with rude headboards. The camera moves in to a close-up and we read the inscription, Madeleine Duclos, French resistance fighter, executed by order of the German commandant. Paul Duclos, French resistance fighter, executed. You can't do that, Fred.
There's one more scene, Harry.
Camera moves up and over the two graves to a third. We read the inscription on this headboard. Private Fred Arthur, American parachutist, killed in a single-handed attack on the headquarters of the German commandant.
And over the scene comes the sound of children at play. Madeline and Paul and me.
Listen to Quiet Please, which is written and directed by Willis Cooper. The man who spoke to you was Ernest Chappell.
And Lotta Stavisky was Madeline. Paul was Frank Thomas. Harry was played by James Monks. The original music for Quiet Please, as usual, is composed and played by Albert Berman. Now, for a word about next week, here is our writer-director, Willis Cooper.
My story for you next week is called Send Not to Know, which is a quotation that you already know half of. If you don't know the rest of it, you will next week.
And so, until next week at this time, I am quietly yours, Ernest Chappell.
March is Red Cross time, the time when your American Red Cross asks your cooperation and support. The Red Cross has three major responsibilities this coming year: disaster relief and rehabilitation, a national blood program so that the whole blood and its derivatives may eventually be made available free to all, and services to veterans and their families. But Red Cross services will not end there. You'll find the Red Cross lending a hand in building up health and ensuring the safety of the community, teaching simple bedside care, bringing the ways of good nutrition to expectant mothers, veterans' brides, the blind and the deaf, as well as others in the community, teaching how to give temporary relief to the injured, how to rescue a person from drowning, how to avoid accidents common in everyday experience. These are traditional Red Cross services offered in your name. Remember, in all it does, the Red Cross depends on you. Give generously and give to the 1948 Red Cross Fund. This program comes from New York. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Always a creepy show. Quiet Please, 78 years ago, March 1st, 1948. Yes, I know it's Sunday, but we now have an episode of Claudia coming up for you, as it was broadcast 78 years ago today. That's next. Why? We'll tell you why.
This is Groucho Marx. A few days ago, I was talking with the Director of Civil Defense, and he told me some things that I feel everyone should know. That's why I'm speaking to you now. Did you know, for example, that your chances of surviving an atom bomb attack are excellent? It's true, but there's a big if. You must do everything possible now to help yourself and your family. Nobody else will help you. Listen, because this is important. Keep a complete first aid kit handy. Keep a closed container of drinking water in your refrigerator, enough for 3 days. Be sure you have a good fire extinguisher. Take a look around your house right now and pick out the safest spot, away from windows and doors. Make sure that every member of your family understands he is to rush to that safe spot when there's danger. I'm convinced that these precautions are necessary right now. And I hope I can convince you. They're important to your family, yourself, and your community.
So, you have to remember that 1948 was a leap year. And Claudia aired Monday through Friday. So Friday was February 27th. The weekend was the 28th and the 29th. And Monday was March 1st. So, what we've had happen here is this year we didn't have a February 29th. So, we only had one day off for Fibber, McGee, and Molly to be with you this weekend. So, now Claudia is going to be Sunday through Thursday for the rest of this year. And that's what we're going to hear now. We're going to go back 78 years to March 1st, 1948. The episode entitled Painting Pants. The painting pants. They're painting a bookcase. Somebody must be wearing their painting pants. That's what it is.
Your Coca-Cola bottler presents Claudia. Claudia, based on the play and novels by Rose Franken. Brought to you, transcribed, Monday through Friday, by your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. Relax, and while you're listening, refresh yourself. Have a Coke. And now, Claudia.
Claudia, where are you?
I'm in the kitchen. Where are you? At the office?
I haven't left yet.
Well, we finished breakfast 10 minutes ago.
5.
Seems awful long for 5 minutes.
But awfully short for 10. I didn't even find what I was looking for.
Weren't you looking for me?
I was looking for my pants.
You're wearing them.
Oh. What, do you think I only have one pair?
Anything the matter with the pair you're wearing?
No, nothing. Except they aren't the pair I'm looking for.
You aren't going to change them now.
No. Heavens, no. I'm getting ready to paint the bookcases.
I thought you were going to the office.
Well, not now, darling. I mean I'm going to the office now. I'm getting ready to paint the bookcases some other time.
But they don't need painting. They're lovely green.
Well, don't you remember? We decided last night we want them white in the country.
What made you think of that now? We're not moving for months, are we?
I'm going to get the paint today and start working on them tonight.
Oh, wonderful. I love painting things when they're all one color.
You are not painting the bookcases.
What color are we going to paint them?
We are not painting them. I'm painting them. I don't know why women think it's so easy to paint houses and furniture and things.
It is easy.
It is not.
Well, it looks easy.
Oh, it's easy to leave streaks and make your brush marks look like hen tracks.
And it looks like so much fun.
I know. It looks like fun while you're doing it, and then it looks terrible afterward.
You don't have to be a man to paint a bookcase. The hardest part is taking the books out and putting them back again.
Well, maybe I'll give you a hand with that.
I wouldn't want you to do that. That's the kind of thing only women know how to do.
Apparently, you really don't think there's any art at all to painting bookcases.
None?
Don't you know the brush stroke is everything?
Ah, next thing you'll demand a model. Where's your smock and beret? And say, aren't you going to get a palette?
That's just why I haven't left for the office yet.
What's why?
I am not wearing a smock, but I do want those painting pants of mine.
Oh.
What do you suppose I've been looking for ever since I said goodbye?
You've been looking for your painting pants?
Bright girl. You haven't seen them, have you?
Those spotty old things?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see what you want with them.
That's not spot. It's tradition.
It's the spottiest tradition I ever saw.
Why, my whole career as a house painter can be traced on those pants.
Don't you think it's about time you had them cleaned?
Cleaned?
Yeah.
Those pants?
Yeah.
That's the worst idea I've heard of yet.
You don't want them cleaned?
Of course not. Remind me to tell you sometime how happy I am to have married you.
Me?
Yeah. Any other woman would have sent those pants to the cleaners after seeing them in my closet without a second thought.
Any other woman?
Mm-hmm. Not only wasteful, but such a total lack of understanding.
A total lack of understanding just because she... She'd send a pair of pants to the cleaners.
There's some things that just shouldn't be cleaned.
What? Besides old pants with paint on them, for instance.
Old pants with paint on them are enough. Meddling women can't leave a man's things alone. I'm glad I didn't marry one.
Oh, what I've done.
Just an old egg cup.
Oh, that. I wasn't thinking of the egg cup.
Nice one, though.
They're awfully hard to get nowadays, egg cups are.
So are old pants.
Oh.
You didn't see mine around anywhere, did you?
I like eating eggs out of the shell. Don't you? David, did you hear that a man has invented square eggs?
You're sure you didn't see any painting pants around anywhere?
You know, I don't think I'd like square eggs anyway.
Oh, you don't?
You'd probably have to get a square spoon to eat them with.
I'll bet you the Mona Lisa would never have been painted if someone had sent the artist's smock to the cleaners.
There weren't any cleaners then, I bet you 20 cents.
Well, please try to find my painting pants today, because I'd like to start on the bookcases this evening. We aren't doing anything else, are we?
Those dirty old things. I wouldn't touch them if I did find them.
If those pants were clean, I'd probably lose my touch completely.
Touch?
So you please look for them, will you?
I'll look, master. And you better look for a couple of egg cups, darling. Or a dozen square eggs.
I will. Goodbye.
Goodbye, David.
I love you all day long.
David, promise me you'll love me tonight, too. He's gone. Shakespeare, get out of the refuge, you silly cat. You'll cut yourself on an old egg cup. And get out of my way. We've just got to get those painting pants back today. We've just got to. Hello? Hello, is this Logan's Cleaning and Dyeing? Hello, Mr. Logan. This is Mrs. Norton, Mrs. David Norton. Now, Mr. Logan, look, I've got something terribly, terribly urgent, and you'll just have to help me do it, Mr. Logan. Now, look, this is what it is.
Well, of course, we're going to do everything we can to help you, Mrs. Norton. Urgent things are our specialty, you know. Brown trousers with paint on them. You brought them in last week? What color did you say they were? Excuse me, please, Mrs. Norton, my other phone is ringing. Logan's Cleaning and Dyeing. Mr. Logan speaking. Good morning. You'll have to excuse me. I've got someone on the other phone. Yes, Mrs. Norton. I mean Norton. Of course your trousers are ready. I'm sure they are. Excuse me a moment, please. Now, what exactly can I do for you, madam? A blue dress with pleats. Wasn't I talking to you just now? Well, I'm sorry, madam, but you'll still have to wait. Yes, I'm sure they're ready, Mrs. Norton. You'd like me to deliver them? Well, no, there's the third phone. Mrs. Norton, my girl is sick, and the delivery boy didn't show up today, and my assistant is on his vacation, and, oh, there's the door. Oh, and my goodness, the back door. And if you don't mind, Mrs. Norton, you'd better come over and get the trousers yourself. Things were a tiny bit upset, but I think I'll have everything all straightened out by 3 o'clock.
Hello. You must be Mr. Logan. I'm Mrs. Norton.
Mrs. Norton? Mrs. David Norton.
That's me.
That's I. Here are your trousers, Mrs. Norton.
Oh.
You don't mind, I'm sure, if I open them for you. I like to look at the superior work turned out by this establishment. What sort of spots did you say were on these trousers?
Paint. Big, tremendous gobs of paint. All colors, too. Red paint, yellow paint, and blue paint.
Well, Mrs. Norton, as you will see, every drop of paint has been removed by from your husband's trousers without the slightest injury to fabric.
Oh, I was afraid of that.
Afraid? Afraid? I'm not sure I understand.
Just let me have the trousers, Mr. Logan. I couldn't begin to explain.
I want you to see them first. Well, Mrs. Norton, here you are. Just as I said, isn't it? Beautiful herringbone trousers and not a suspicion of paint on them.
I never saw anything like it in my life.
We pride ourselves on our work, Mrs. Norton.
You mean under all that paint, these trousers looked like that? You know, Mr. Logan, I didn't even know they were herringbone.
You didn't?
No.
Well, that's very amusing, Mrs. Norton.
As a matter of fact, I'm almost sure it wasn't herringbone, what I could see of it.
Delightful. You don't mind if I use this little incident in some advertising we're planning? Your husband will be very busy. I'm very happy, I'm sure. It's just like finding a new pair of trousers in one's closet.
Just like. It's more than that.
How's that again, Mrs. Norton?
Those are new trousers.
I beg your pardon.
Those are not my husband's trousers.
There must be some mistake, Mrs. Norton. Perhaps the shock of seeing them without paint.
Mr. Logan's shock hasn't anything to do with it. Mr. Norton's pants were not herringbones. And they were about 12 inches smaller, around here, than those.
There must be some mistake.
Where do you think our pants are?
They're probably at the factory being cleaned. They won't be back until tomorrow.
Aren't they in your store?
Mrs. Norton, nothing is kept in the store.
What's that pile of things over there?
That's nothing, Miss Norton. Nothing at all.
An awfully big pile for nothing.
That's clothes that just recently came in and we haven't had time to send to the plant yet. Mrs. Norton, you can't go back there. Mrs. Norton, really, you haven't any right to go looking through those clothes. Oh, I have to answer the telephone. Only, Mrs. Norton, I assure you those trousers were sent off last week. Logan's cleaning and dyeing. Logan's cleaning and dyeing. Excuse me, please. Mrs. Norton, what are you doing with that old, oily rag?
This old, oily rag, Mr. Logan, happens to be quite a tradition in my family. It's my husband's pants.
But, Mrs. Norton...
Oh, Mr. Logan, you're such a wonderful cleaner.
Anybody home?
Who wants to know?
It's the bookcase painter lady.
All ready to go to work?
Who wants to know?
Say, you look awfully clean for a painter. Are you sure you can qualify?
Just give me time, lady. Just let me get started.
A good painter doesn't have to get started. He looks dirty before he gets started.
Well, you've got to give me a chance, Mrs. Norton.
No, I'm very sorry, Mr. Norton, but the lady who owns that bookcase won't let anybody near them who doesn't look like a painter.
Oh, she won't, huh? Don't I look like a painter?
No, you're too clean. Your clothes are too clean.
But I've got the paint.
No, you need more than paint to be a painter.
I've got the brush, too, and the turpentine and the rags.
Your uniform is not right. And the lady who owns these bookcases won't let you near them.
Oh. Well, how about you? Can't you do anything for me?
Will this do?
This? Why, what do you know? It's my painting pants.
Is it?
And they're just as dirty as they ever were.
That isn't dirt, David. That's tradition. You said so yourself this morning.
Come here, you half-sized monster.
Monster?
Come here and let me kiss you.
What have I done now?
Nothing, except you had me completely fooled.
I did?
I was sure you sent these pants to the cleaners.
You were?
I'd have bet you 20 cents.
You mean you think I'd send a pair of pants like this to the cleaners? I might, but why, they aren't worth cleaning. Why, David, even a cleaner knows that.
These broadcasts are adapted for radio by Manya and Roger Starr, and the entire production is supervised and directed by William Brown Maloney. When you're at the market today, remember to check your hospitality needs, especially if there are any young people in the family. Unless you're sure there's plenty of Coca-Cola at home, better pick up a carton or two. Or better still, have the grocer or the service station attendant put a case of Coke in the car. It's bound to come in handy. Every day, Monday through Friday, Claudia comes to you transcribed with the best wishes of your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. So listen again tomorrow at the same time. And now this is Joe King saying au revoir. And remember, whoever you are, whatever you do, wherever you may be. When you think of refreshment, think of Coca-Cola. For ice-cold Coca-Cola makes any pause the pause that refreshes.
And there you have it, 78 years ago, March 1st, 1948, Claudia, on this Sunday Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thanks for making us a part of your day. Tomorrow we will have comedy. Phil Harris and Alice Faye. We'll also have George and Gracie, Jack Benny with an all-star musical cast, the Charlie McCarthy Show, and Claudia. We'll see you tomorrow. Have yourself a great Sunday. See you Monday for more Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox.